He's going to go for the knock, goes for the roll down, and he's spotted Sivio. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Forward, trying to get a better position using the smoker's advantage. Drives straight in.
Out instead, but goes down. Now it's just Mortal alive. Poor Soul in a 1v1, but he cannot do it.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk is your favorite celebrity Ocean Sharma, and this is day number 2 where teams from Group C and D will go up against each other. We had day 1 yesterday wherein Team Bablu just destroyed everyone.
One of the best days I have ever seen in my entire casting. Like one team going on first chicken, second chicken, third match. They were like, okay, let another team just go there. And then the fourth match, they are like, no, we'll just keep the chicken to ourselves. And that was more than impressive. Like the team is sitting on 116 or something, and the second team is out on 53. So if anything, I mean, the gap is still there, and I would want to see if any team actually goes there. Let's just see what happened out there on the first and the second. As you can see, 116 for Team Bablu. LOU Esports on the second one with 51 points. That difference.
Right. So, yeah, the difference is massive, but big props to LOU Esports because we were talking to someone from Pakistan yesterday, and so LOU Esports yesterday, they were dealing with ping issues the entire time, but still actually managing to pick up the performance. And those points, they aren't from kills, because look at this. LOU Esports are just sitting at 15 kills. The team below them, Rogue Nation, is at 21. This is what consistency in just being safe, playing for the placement is actually bringing to the table. LOU Esports 36 points for placement on the second position.
Exactly, and after that we had Rogue Nation on the third position, 47 points. Portal Esports, a big name, coming out there on the fourth position with 47 points. 2xOfficials on the fifth one, R3D Esports on the sixth, Arkadians on the seventh, RSxTeamx was out there on in the top 8 on the 8th position with 30 points. This was a huge leap from 116 to the 30th, but then Freestyle was on the 9th, BTK on the 10th, DFUZeOfficial, they had a good run in one of the matches, and they were on the 11th, H2E on the 12th, FalaQ on the 13th, HTeamXRange, they started on the 16th, ended up on 14, Blacklist 2 on 15, and Team Aqua had a decent, kind of a bad run yesterday, and were ending the day on the 16th position.
Yeah, but today more big names are coming in. I mean, look at this. Let's look at the roster. Before that, let's have a look at the points distribution and see how the teams will earn the points to compete in the overall standing. So you get the chicken dinner, that's going to be 20 points. Second position is going to be 14, minus 6 at the first. Then third is going to give you 10. Fourth, you get 8, and then the 1 point keeps dropping, because till the 10th position, you get 2 points for your finish. And 11 to 16, you get 1 point each. And then in the end, it's going to be 1 point per kill.
1 kill, 1 point is an important scenario out in all the situations, because see, that thing can make and break, and if you get 20 kills, then you have equivalent points of the first game. But then let's go have a look at the schedule as well, as we are talking about it. Erangel, Sanhok, Miramar and Erangel. These 4 matches are going to be played on these landmarks. You know, Erangel, it's everyone's home ground. Sanhok, the fast-paced thing. Miramar, the snipers prevail, and Erangel once again to see the games, what happened. Let's just look at the squad rosters, the squads list that are going to be playing today. From Group C, we have the Stars, 247 Gaming, FTFX Esports, Gaming Hub, a big amazing name out there. We'll have to see how this team actually prevails. F2D Esports, Team HR, KPK Gaming, and Fime. Fime, another big name. I went back to the hotel. I was looking at the casting, and people were saying out, they're looking at the matches, and people are saying we want to see Bablu versus Fime. So I have huge expectations from this team.
Yeah, and as we move on with the group stages, the people will get what they asked for. But today, let's have a look at the Group D as well. It's going to be Team Foxy, the Real TG, Team HFD, Nexus Team RNG, Team Envy, North Esports, and Team TUF. playing today from Group D. But once again, talking about the big names, as you said, Gaming Hub is one of the big ones. FIME is one of the big ones. KPK Gaming is also one of the strong teams in the country. And from Group D, it's going to be Team Envy, Nexus Team, Team TUF. That we have to keep our eyes on.
All right, pick one team out of all those teams that you. My pick is FIME right now because all right, this is a huge shout out to all the Pakistani fans that were watching the stream yesterday and are joining today, because you guys are the ones that are making it possible for us, to be honest. Because you guys are an entertaining crowd out there. It's been fun casting the first day for you, and I'm sure that we are gonna see more and more matches. So a lot of love to you guys out there. So if you had to pick one team, just pick one.
Yeah, you picked FIME. I'll go with Gaming Hub.
All right, this is gonna be a battle of glads out there and out here as well. Let's see whose pick actually ends up at the top position, or if not, from the both of our perspectives. But then, while I was casting, and there came a lot of DMs on my Instagram yesterday, and I'm sure on yours as well. So those were some amazing words. But then the amazing game is about to be on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, because we are about to head inside the first game. Starting from Zaki Severny area to military base, you get Pochinki, you get Rozhok, you get school, you get Georgopol, all the areas of Georgopol. You can go to Severny or Zaki.
Exactly. All the hot drops are going to be available with Zaki, Severny, shooting range, Georgopol, Rozhok, school. Yasna can be a glide away for you. Pochinki, farm, Milta, Novo, you have to glide over. Military base is going to be the one of the strong points. Ferry Pier, Primorsk. So this is one of the interesting things that I noticed as well with us casting different regions. I remember casting Pakistan a while ago as well, and Primorsk is also one of the places that teams actually head over to. We saw that yesterday as well, and that is another interesting situation. But we already have a team taking an early exit and heading over to the Severny side. On the other side, Kamishki and Stalba, those are also a few of the good places, but that is going to be a far distance. You will have to take the drive over there. On the other side, Ocean, look at this. Already a cluster heading towards the Georgopol area.
I would want to see a cluster engaging in a fight as well, because this is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seat belts, have something to eat and drink, because you are in an action-packed ride of 4 amazing games coming right for you guys out there. And Envy is a squad that I'm seeing out there, team number 18 on your screens. They are going for a military base-ish drop out there, or someplace near out there. They can go to Novo as well. So if they go to Novo, I'm guessing no team is going to military base.
Yeah, military base has been left empty. Oh, and the circle is centered around Pochinki. So Rozhok School, Ruins, Gatka, Query, Ferry Pier, Novo, to an extent, the Novo compounds that are there, not the containers, but the houses that are right next to them, they are going to be safe. On the other side, no one went to military base, and military base is in the circle right now. Milta, a part of Milta city is going to be covered as well, and so will certain part of the shelter area. But once again, there are a lot of teams present on that northern island. They will have to rotate from the side of Yasna Polyana. A cluster is there towards the side of Severny as well, and shots were already being fired. But now on our screens is one of the teams that Ocean you picked. It's going to be FIME, and Predator is the person that we are spectating. Going for the loots, has an AK in hand, and picks up a smoke as well.
Yeah, they have 4 players in their team, and we'll have to see how the game actually goes as the players just dropped, and we'll have to see how the game start. A Predator has a level 1 helmet, level 1 backpack for himself, has a goes for a Scar. I was thinking if he's gonna use the M16 or the Scar L. I have my answer right now, right in front of me. And Envy is gonna be out there with team number 10. That is Team HR. We'll have to see what happens as Flama and Adnan are ready for the fight, and Envy is just concentrating in just one of the houses. This grenade can be the grenade of doom for the first time, and the first thing that can happen. But then on the other hand, you can see Adnan just moving in backwards right now, as he has just 25 bullets in his Uzi. He can make it to 35 if he gets an extended mag, but not right now. He's just focusing on the loot of a secondary weapon as well. If he gets it, I think that can lead Envy to a danger spot.
Definitely. And in Uzi, that was actually a really smart decision, because Uzi at long range is pretty much useless. But at close ranges, it is one of the most deadly weapons you could have in the early game scenario. And Adnan is looking for a sniper, because the secondary weapon that he has is a shotgun. Another close range weapon, but for the long range combat is not that good. On the other side, Envy just picking up a vehicle and will already be rotating out of this Novo area. an early rotation coming from the team Envy. Deadshot, Absol, Moise and Light are just getting out of there and are going to be taking an early exit from that location. On the other side, KPK Gaming just having total control of the Georgia Pole area for themselves.
As of now, they are going for the loot. We'll have to see what loot they actually get. I mean, they are right next to the zone area. We'll have to see how the zones actually, show their presence overall. And that's going to be one of the things because zone is kind of important. We'll have to see what actually happens in all of the scenarios. And F2D is right on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. F2D Esports. We'll have to see how the game... See, this guy, I mean, if anything, he is not with his team right now. You can see the mini-map. The team was not right next to him. So if there's an early contestation, that would have been, a bit of a problem. But then, so far, so good.
That is definitely going to be a problem. And as I said, his teammates are sort of present towards the Ferry Prayer, Primorsk, somewhere between Ferry Prayer and Quarry area. And he is actually on the northern side of Quarry, heading over towards Gatka. So he has to be careful. Once again, grouping with your teammates is going to provide you with a sense of safety, and not just a sense of safety. It's going to provide you with safety, because if you actually get engaged upon, your teammates are going to be there to support you. They are going to be there to revive you if you get knocked. And in a certain situation, if you get a knock, then your teammates are going to be there to help you get those kills, which matters so much in certain scenarios wherein just 1 point is going to be crucial and important to see if you qualify or not. But TUF Thor on our screens with that Scar L in his hands, the level 3 backpack on him right now, and the armor as well. He's going to be pretty safe. That one thing the player was lacking, and one thing most of the players are going to be lacking in these early stages, is going to be the heals. Like Coronas on our screens from HFD. 5 bandages, 1 energy drink, not enough heals if he wants to go for the fights.
Yeah, I mean, see, in the early stages, you will have to, be with whatever you find. It can be a no helmet of level 3 vest, sometimes level 3 helmet, level 1 vest or no vest and all those things, and sometimes no healings. And that is a tree out there. So, yeah, I mean, see, this happens sometimes. Don't text while driving. So, But then, nevertheless, the thing is that how you rotate inside the circle if you find a good compound. And see, you might not be having good healings, but if you have a good compound, you can have a good cover for yourself. And that sometimes changes each and everything for the game. On our screen is team number 16, that is Nexus. We'll have to see what happens when they start the rotation from Yasna, as the first circle has commenced. And this is team number 8, ladies and gentlemen. That is Gaming Hub, your favorite team out here, your pick for this match right now. Let's see how they fare with the fights.
Definitely, I've seen them in a couple of tournaments, and this team has been pretty good. Emerge, Knight, Adil, some of the veteran players have played a couple of LAN tournaments as well, and they know how to play with their opponent's mind. It's like watching PES play. PES and GH actually have a pretty similar style, wherein they are really good tactical players. The aggression is just turned to the right amount, unlike Bablu, who are like super aggressive, and they just basically pressure their opponents so much that no one can deal with that situation. I mean, we were talking about this. How scary is it that you are hiding in a shack and then 4 people are charging in with you?
I mean, some teams are aggressive, and by aggressive, it's not. See, aggressive is not just a word for those teams. It's an emotion for them, and they just charge in and just there are crates flying around, and that is one thing that just happens out there. But then, meanwhile, you can see, ladies and gentlemen, player from team number 13, VFXRage, they are outside the circle right now, and still they are trying to take some fights. We'll have to see how the fights happen when Oxy will come inside the circle, because they are getting that chip damage from the circle as well. And after that, if they are caught off guard, then obviously the damage is going to increase. Meanwhile, Milta Power seems like a really good drop for team number 8. That is Gaming Hub out there. They have done some loot, but now the time comes when they'll have to go for the movement right now. And team number 20 in that Pochinki area, kind of centralized right now, but it matters if they will go to contest the bridges or something. If a team comes out there, it can be an issue.
Okay, another interesting thing. And we landed all the way towards the Novo containers, then moved on to loot the Novo city, like choosing to disengage from the fight from Team HR, Hellraisers. And now they are in the military base. They have realized how military base is empty and are prioritizing that location. On the other side, as you said, Ocean, teams on the northern part of the map, they are going to have a hard time coming in towards the main island, because as they do that, they will be contested and gatekeeping is going to be there. But on the other side, the Georgopol area is pretty much empty, so the rotation from Novo towards Pochinki is going to be a clear path unless someone actually spots you in your way, which is the probability is pretty less. But look at this, it's RNQ Aladdin, and I think he has spotted out the players from the opposing team right in front of him.
Aladdin is ready. He has spotted some players from Team HFD. Happen as RNG is trying to move less harm way. Fights are necessary. You can have it in the first circle or the last circle. The bodies are supposed to drop out there, but then right now they just choose to move to a less harm way and just are going to a safer area for themselves. In the first airdrop, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Did you just see the circle shift?
Yeah.
The circle shifted in an amazing way, and the military island is just left empty to be there, and the first airdrop is out there near the military island, and has a Groza with a suppressor snipe. I mean, this is one interesting fact. Yeah. If you're getting an AR, it's really a chance you'll be getting an AR suppressor. You'll be getting a sniper suppressor. If you get a sniper, it's a maximum chance that you'll be getting an AR suppressor. It's in the game right now. I don't know, for some reason, like it gives you a gun, but it teases you with the gun. It won't be giving you extended quick draw, or it won't be giving you a suppressor with that gun that the gun should be using, and all those things like that. That's something. But look at this. Look at this. The player has been spotted. The information has been given, but the shots have not been taken yet right now. This shows the patience level out there. Like, they are waiting for their opponents to make a mistake, and then they will try to, just pound on them and take the crates.
Yeah, F2D, they were quite far away, but now regrouped together. 47 was the person who was quite far away from his team on the southern side of Gatka. But now they have spotted out another squad in front of them. 47 did see a car driving, and now his teammates, they have the information as to where the other squad is. Will they charge in? Or the question should be, when will they charge in? Right now from Team Foxy, we have Teen Wolf on our screens. And once again, regrouping with your teammates, looking for the safer rotations, it's going to be a priority now. Still hitting the 10-minute mark, the second circle kicking in. 16 teams still here, 63 players alive. The pace of Erangel right now is totally different from what it was yesterday.
Yeah, as of now. But then it's like, a new day for the new teams. They're just trying to understand what each and every team's mentality is, how they want to go for it. And even the circle is favoring them in that thing, as each and every team, be it at the edge of the circle right now, as you can see with our team number 5, that is the Stars, be it at the edge of the circle or at the center of the circle, the players kind of know where they have to stay for a while. They have a safer spot for them, and the movements in the circle are going to be the ones that change everything. We still have 63 people alive. We still have all 16 teams intact. And this is the second zone that is commencing slowly and steadily. So if the fights are to start, it's going to take a while, because the rotations are going to come in handy at that particular time. But then Fime and I think that's Gaming Hub, and both the squads are in the closer proximity of each other. So if they fight, it's going to be one big elimination happening, or maybe, just maybe, some third party on both the big names.
Yeah, definitely, because Team Foxy is on the northern side of these squads, and the other ones are closing in as well. Envy trying to rotate out of the military base. And look at where GH Gaming Hub is. They started from Milta and now are on the southern end of Pochinki, but another squad is closing in on their location. Look at the mini-map. Fime, Gaming Hub, they were closer to each other, but there is squad number 10 coming in. But are the shots being fired? I think so. Gaming Hub already engaging in combat, and that is going to be risky, because as you said, they could be third-partied, but one of the other squads could be the squad third-partying them. Fime could now actually third-party Gaming Hub if they are engaging in combat with squad number 10.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be something out there. But look at the circle shift. Oh my god, the circle is... It's favoring teams, it's not favoring teams. It's definitely not favoring Envy right now. It's that kind of outside. And the thing that I was talking about, M249 is out there with an 8x. Now, no one uses 8x on M249. There's nothing like that. So, it kind of teases you with some stuff. That is the beauty of the airdrops in this game, the randomness that just generates out there. So, the second airdrop has the M249. For you guys know that already by now. And look at this. The players from Team 10, HR Adnan is out there. This is a good area if you want to, you know, just look into the school apartment buildings that will be right in front of you. And if you want to see the back end cover, that you get a ridge for a back end cover. But team number 7 out there, FTF Esports, they have spotted some players from Gaming Hub. They are in a good compound right now, so they can engage in the shots. And Gaming Hub doing the wise move right now, just moving out of the harm's way, because they were quite in the open. They had no cover for themselves. But out here, I think there's going to be something, as Gaming Hub have spotted some other players, and I think that's going to be the end game for first player dropping out there. But Khan from Fime actually takes on one player, and RNG Venom has also dropped down. I think RNG is kind of in a bit of trouble right now, as they have lost one player, and one player has just fallen off the area, of the cliff, if anything. And Thor is going to go down from team number 20. That is TUF. That is not looking tough. But look at this. The third party coming in handy right now, as the team number 10 has arrived there. That is Team HR. HR versus Gaming Hub is going to happen, and that is a really, really bad push if that is happening out there. Merge is trying to spot some players, and Merge is going to take one player down as the fights are starting. And Adnan is moving forward from HR. He has the information. He knows the players are out there. Snake is also out there. Adnan is fighting solo out here. But then Adnan spots one. He will be taken down, because that shot were actually incredibly impressive. But this fight is going to let one of the squad go down. Actually make it two, as first squad is going to be Team HR. That just gets eliminated from the server.
Yeah, HR thought that they could catch Gaming Hub off guard, not knowing that TUF were in there. But TUF losing Thor to HR Hellraisers, and then Hellraisers being taken out in a matter of seconds by Gaming Hub. On the other side, Envy is also looking to wreak havoc on some of the teams, but TUF, still with 3 players alive, are looking to be contested in these battlegrounds. On the other side, moving on, KPK Gaming right next to squad number 13. That is going to be Foxy, and this is intense in the barns. Who is going to come out on top? KPK all huddle up in one of the barns. On the other side, Foxy, they are quite spread out. They are in a 2-2 split right now. But can they come out? I think they are being cornered. If one good nade is thrown, that can actually do the trick. On the other side, Foxy, if the 2 players deal enough damage to these 3 guys, the other 2 can come in pretty healthy and take all of them out in an instant.
That is going to be something that teams can actually go for it. But then we'll have to see, as the smokes are out there. The smoke cloud is actually stopping both the teams' players to just move in forward. And another drop shift. Look at this. There are so many hard shifts of the zone right now. It's just letting each and every team not to be at their pace, as each and every team has to make constant movements for the zone right now. RNG's Aladdin takes down one player from F2D. We'll have to see what happens out there. As you can see, the players have spotted and just are keeping them at that area. They are pinpointed them, not letting them to get a revive, and if their player actually comes in the open, that's going to be the end. And I think, yes, that is the end of F2D Esports on the 15th spot. This is what the fight is for. 20 seconds for the next zone to actually commence, and after that, I think these squads are going to just still stay here. But after this, if any squad comes in for the contestation, I think third parties might happen. And an advantage is there is an airdrop right next to these barns, so that airdrop has an M24. And look at this. Yeah, Envy from the long range shot connecting on that player. That was impressively amazing, to be honest. And look at this. The moving car sprays were coming in handy right now, but then the players will actually try to go into a safer spot. I think this is an impressive thing. Envy has made their way from a military base to this area, and they are ready for each and every fight you can throw on them. And I think the players of Team number 13, that is Foxy, have started their fights, and that is going to be something, as they are dropping down bodies, picking up crates out there, and they are just barging in. There's going to be something, as one final player also falls down, and that will be the end of KPK Gaming. This team actually did some impressive work, but now Envy has their eyes set on them. Yeah, and Envy is not just set on them, it's 247 Gaming as well. On the other side, GH Adil is going to blow up a car and put squad number 16 in a questionable position. How do you rotate out of there? How many smokes do you have? Do you have smokes enough to cover an entire mountain? I don't think so. And now Gaming Hub are slowly going to choke at them out. But on the other side, as we were talking about Foxy is going to be in a bad position as well, because now they are going to be scared as to how much can Envy actually take, or how much can Envy actually dish out. On the other side, Fime is in a bit of trouble. Fime can be in a bit of trouble, but if anything, look at this. The players, yes, Flicker was shot there, and Absol just took him down in an instance out there. We'll have to see what Mini 14 does, as the guy is using that in an incredible way. But Predator, YT, and Motu, they are really close to each other, but then Motu's health is quite low right now. Absol, once again, trying to spot some players. If he does it, obviously he's going to pop their heads out, but right now the revivals are there, and Gaming Up, I mean, Gaming Up's players are not stopping. They are just dancing in the kill feed. If anything, I think players the viewers have started spamming Gaming Hub OP, if anything.
Yeah, Adil is just going to get another one for himself and for his team on the other side. And we did have one player that was knocked down, but Absol with that mini 14 is just wreaking hell on anyone he can get his crosshairs on. But now, once again, some players just eliminated in the middle.
Predator has thrown some grenades, and that has taken the health of the player from team number 20, that is TUF. TUF here is not looking that tough right now. As you can see, Venom also falls down. The guy that was on, he has been finished by Fime. Predator Fime actually has 3 kills for them in their bank. And that Pan, no, you cannot use Pan right now. You'll have to go for the guns, and that is one bad decision that was just made out there. And you can see Edgar just takes him down. Edgar knows that there are players behind him. That's going to be one of the things. And the players are dropping down by the play zones as well. Fahim Khan, will he be going for the drop loot or not? That's going to be something. And Crypto goes down from Team Stars. That's going to be something out there. And TG's players, Smelly Socks, that's a pretty good name. He just takes down one player, but then he has been taken down by the play zone out there. Edgar still surviving. Flicker has been revived. Flicker has the information, and you can see Moto is trying to take that top TPP out there. But look at the Stars player's final player. He is on 1 HP right now. He needs to heal himself, otherwise he'll be taken down. Flicker is down to 50-ish HP, and Terminator has to go for that. And Stars gets eliminated by a grenade in an impressive way as Wolf goes for it. We'll have to see which team actually leads out, as Flicker has a smoke right next to him. That smoke is going to keep him safe for a while, but the circle is not.
Yeah, but now Khan, Motu and Flicker, they are at an advantageous position. The Molotov is going to burn Gear alive and drop him down to around 40% HP. His health is continuously dropping. That's going to put the team at an advantage. Motu and Khan, how much can you do? A lot, I think, because Flicker is going to drop down Headgear and he's going to finish him off in an instant. Just one player from TUF alive, and Motu is going to be dropped by Terminator. But I think Terminator is not going to survive for long. On the other side, FTF Tala, he had his crosses on the players from GH, but can he drop any of them? We have to see. Otherwise, GH, they can actually take this one. They have a lot of kills on them. But TUF Terminator actually survives that engagement and runs away.
1 HP is what is HP. Even if a gun just, even if a bullet just goes past right him, that guy is gonna be a crate out there. Play zone takes down 5 more to the kill. Is gonna go to Terminator, obviously. But then look at this. Gaming Hub has already 9 points for themselves. Team MD has 3 points. Fime gets eliminated out there as the players were being contested, and Tough also gets eliminated. So many big names getting eliminated out there, and the real TG also gets eliminated out there. As you can see, FTF Esports is also in a bit of a trouble right now, as Gaming Hub once again charging in, has 10 kills for themselves. Can they make it to 11 or 12 or 13? That's going to be a bit of a question right now. As you can see, Adil is trying to move in forward. Spots one player, just takes him down. Incredible gameplay by coming out of this player, as he spots 2 more players out there, and 1 more player has been taken down. 1 final player left. He needs to take a U-turn. Another player goes down, but Adil has gone down. And what? Gaming Hub gets eliminated! What?
They got overconfident. They tried to take a fight inside the house, and that did not work out for them. Oh man, oh man.
I said he needs to take a U-turn. He did not take a U-turn. The signal was given, but the turn was not made, and that was just the end of Gaming Hub out there. Impressive gameplay by Team FTF Esports in that one.
Gaming Up did not realize that one of the guys got a revive, and they got punished for that. As you said, they just thought there was one guy left standing, but there were 2. There was one guy just hiding right behind the wall. But once again, Envy can actually take the chicken dinner in this one. Envy, they have been performing really well so far.
I was hoping maybe this is the team that is equivalent to Team Bablu, and this is going to take like 20 kills or something in the first game or something just to contest their spot, but then the team gets eliminated with 10 kills out there. That was just like a different scenario. But Envy, as you said,
they are going for those long range battles, and Moise is going to get 1 knock on the player of Foxy. And
as soon as I said.
But he is going to get a revive. These guys are pretty much going to be safe for a while, because they are going for those long range battles. And Moise is going to get 1 knock on the player of Foxy, and I think he is going to go for the finish as well with that M16 in his hand. Oh buddy, you're firing the wrong way.
Yeah, he is firing the wrong way. I mean, he has done the damage. It's just a matter of time the kill should not be stolen. Other than that, Moise has done pretty good damage out there, and I think the first kill can come to his area. But look at this. VFX Rage, Oxy just trying to move in alongside with Reaper inside the harm zone, and the revive is going to come in handy right now. He has parked the car in the most perfect way possible. Now the smokes are coming into the equation, and if anything, Nexus still surviving. at the edge of the circle. There's just one team that is outside the circle. Other than that, each and every team has made their way.
Yeah, now all the teams are going to be in quite comfortable position, but still making it into that last place circle, the 7th one, is going to be pretty important. And that, again, like yesterday, is going to be an open one. So you have to be careful as to how you proceed into that. On the other side, FTF, after eliminating the most dominating team, they are in trouble right now. Nexus is wreaking havoc on them. One good nade could actually get them 4 kills for this team. Nexus.
You said one nade, they dropped 3 nades out there, and that's going to be something as Wasim is the lone survivor. 3 players are down, and one more nade can actually take each and everyone down. 247 Gaming gets eliminated on the 7th spot. We'll have to see if the squad is still surviving. Yes, FTF is still surviving. Wasim is out there. Nexus is getting contested from the other direction. That can be really, really bad for the team. And team number 9 in that is not North Esports. We'll have to see what happens, as North Esports is looking really good for a fight right now. The team has 0 kills, but they can just change each and everything right now, as they have contested Team Nexus in a third party.
Yeah, and that actually allowed FTF to get away from that entire situation. They lost 2 players in that scenario, but now Team Envy once again leading the kill board with 6 kills, and FTF is going to be eliminated as Foxy are going to get those kills. But Envy is in trouble right now because Foxy, they have their crosses on them. 2 players from the side of Envy, 3 were knocked down. Moise is the only man left standing. Can he get the heals fast enough? Can he get the revives done on them fast enough? And do they have enough heals to be healthy to take this fight? Because Foxy right now, right in the center of this open circle. They have to be careful. Aladdin from RNG, he's coming in from behind. He can create a backstab. He can create an opening for Envy to get these kills. He's going to get 1 knock. Can he get the second one? Running outside the blue zone. Is going to get to the play zone, but he's going to be killed off instantly as he makes his way in by Foxy Reaper.
Oh my god, 4 teams winning, 4v3 situation, ladies and gentlemen. You can count it as 4v2 as one of the players of Team Foxy is down right now. He needs a revive, and if that revive comes, it's going to be 4v3 situation out here. So this is going to be something, as almost all the players of each and every team are surviving except for Team Foxy. That's going to be something. But then look at this, grenades coming in handy on Envy. We'll have to see if those grenades do some damage or not, as our team number 19, that is North Esports, has to move in forward. Envy looking into a bad spot, can be sandwiched easily out there, but then for now all that they need is a movement that can actually put them into a safer spot. The teams that are inside the circle as of now is going to be team number 16, that is Nexus. Other than that, each and every team kind of has to make their way inside. Rest assured, all of the teams are at the edge of the zone, so if anything, they can survive one more circle, but I don't think so they're going to do that, as the 7th circle is commencing.
Yeah, even Foxy is at 6 kills now. It's going to be top 4. We are down to Foxy, Envy, North Esports, and Nexus. All of them fighting for the crown of the first game of day number 2. Envy, they are in a tricky situation because they can be sandwiched from both those directions. Light is trying to make some cover. The nade, was that a nade? Was that a smoke? We'll file in a bit. I think that was smoke. But now, Vic, I think he has caught some players off guard, but he's in a bit of trouble as well, as he is being shot at by the players of Nexus. Drops down to 10% health, but the nade from Deadshot is going to do the trick, and Wick is going to be knocked down. Another nade from Light is going to drop down Snow. 2 players from the side of North are down. Now, Molotov coming in is going to be the 3rd knock coming in from Envy. No, Wolf was the one who gets the knock. Now, 1 player alone left standing from the side of North Esports. Can they get the revives, or are they going to die? 1 more nade is going to drop Envy Absol, and that is just unfortunate for the team.
That is just unfortunate for the team. You can see this guy just struggling out there for the revives right now, as that is important. The circle is coming. The circle of death, that is what the next circle is going to be. And the circle shift is going to be real out in that one, because each and every meter is going to count for each and every team. You can see the circle is out in the open. The next circle is going to change everything for the players. It's on the left-hand side from the road, so that's going to be something. So Envy might have to go for the movement, but they have Team Foxy behind them. We'll have to see what happens, but then Snow is getting revived. The Molotovs are coming in right now. The grenades can also charge in. Our grenade charges in was actually taken down in the mid-air, so that's one thing. Moise, he can spot some players, he can pop some heads. He has 1 kill for himself. The team has 7 kills. He has spotted 1 player. The shot was given, but it was not just at the adequate location, at the adequate direction. But look at this. All 3 players have had their attention on Envy's side, and Northeast Sensei just goes down. Sensei has been finished by Nexus's Taha. That was something where Snow comes in and takes down Taha, but then Snow will be taken down by Wolf. That was incredible and does not stop it, and Snow will be finished off by Wolf. Emmer is the lone survivor from North Esports, guys. The first match for the second day, Group C and D. This is the final circle commencing in less than 3 seconds. This is gonna be real as Taha is out there with just 1 HP. North Esports gets eliminated. 3 teams remaining. 4v3 situation on your screen. 11 people surviving out there for the first chicken dinner of the day. 7 kills for one team, 8 kills for Nexus, and Fox is surviving with 6 kills out there. 8-7-6. Which team is gonna win? That is gonna be a big question. Hunk is moving forward, spots out one, but then all 3 players, that's gonna do a lot of damage out there, and Envy is in a fight right now with Nexus and Wraith Foxy. As Foxy is moving forward, spots Wolf. Wolf is low on HP right now. Wolf is gonna be taken out of the equation as Envy Light goes for it, and a grenade comes in. This grenade takes on 1, 2, 3 players. That was impressive. Team Envy left out with just 1 solo survivor, but now Team Envy gets eliminated. This is Foxy versus Nexus. 12 points for Team Nexus right now. This team can change everything, but look at this. Foxy is on the upward direction. The engagement has started. Taha goes down, and I think, yes, that is gonna be the chicken dinner for Team Foxy.
Yeah, Team Foxy just capitalizing on the fact that Nexus were distracted the entire time. But once again, Nexus, they had 12 kills by the time the game ended. And that was just impressive. I think that is the closest anyone can get to Team Bablu for now. But on the other side, Gaming Hub looked really promising this time around. And Envy, how did we forget about this team as well?
This team did impressive. If there would not have been that one grenade of death, if there would not have been that thing, I think Envy would have contested, because Envy was going in for shots. They were not scared of any fight, be it from one side from North Esports, be it from the upward edge from the Foxy team, be it from the straight edge from the Nexus team. They were ready for all the 3 directional fights.
They were ready for everyone, and the fact that from one barn, Apsaw actually just solo fought 2 different squad with a mini 14. But the MVP for this game is going to be Reaper from Team Foxy. 4 kills, 302 damage, 9 kilometers distance travel, and 27-minute survival time. So Foxy, they had the kills on them, but not as much as you say Nexus or Envy.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That is true. Like, the kills, he did work for his team right now.
Yeah.
It's not his fault that the other teams had higher kills or something. but to be honest, I would want to see one thing.
Yeah.
There's this guy who has 4 kills for his team. Then there is a full team that got eliminated a bit early but has 10 kills overall. Imagine the catastrophe if that team would have had, if that team would have lived to see the final circle. From 10 to maybe 20 and to maybe 15. Or if anything, the number would have never stopped increasing, because that team was barging in, taking out kills for themselves, taking out numbers for themselves. And that one wrong movement, that they did not look into the opposite direction. That wrong movement actually just changed everything out there.
It was just that one mistake. And once again, from the side of Envy as well, from the side of Nexus as well, it was just those simple misplays that costed them the chicken dinner in this one. But top 5 players from this game, it's going to be Envy Apsaw. 6 kills, 1,000 damage on the guy. I mean, that is just impressive, if not nothing else. Wolf is going to be there with 4 kills, 544 damage. And the team we were talking about that lost because of just one mistake, that was Gaming Hub. 3rd position to KMD from Gaming Hub. 4 kills, 482 damage. VFX Reaper from Team Foxy is going to be on the 4th position. 4 kills as well, 302 damage. And Team Nexus's Hunk is going to be 5th with 3 kills, 969 damage.
I mean, this is pretty good. The stats are good, looking really good for the first match. But then, see, Erangel gives you a birth of the game that you need to understand for the rest of the matches. Because Erangel has a good landing spot. Erangel has good guns. Obviously, the OG guns are present out there in Erangel. So you kind of understand in the first game, in the first day, in the first match, you understand how your opponents are going to play. Which team you should be careful of while fighting, which team you should be afraid of while fighting, and which team you should not be afraid of while fighting. And if anything, I think Gaming Hub was not at all afraid of any team. They were just rushing in. So I'd want to see where Gaming Hub actually lands and where each and every team actually lands, as we're gonna talk about the overall standings. And the overall standings of match 1 out there. What happened? The good, bad, ugly, crazy. So that is obviously 8 kills for the team of FX Oxy out there. 28 points. 1st position. Nexus team on the 2nd one. Envy on the 3rd. And Gaming Hub
Yeah.
That is impressive.
They took an exit on the 8th position, but still sitting on the 4th in the match, standing with the 10 kills that they have 14 points in total. Moving on, we have FTF Esports on the 5th, 10 points. Team RNG on the 6th, and North Esports on the 7th. The real TG is going to be on the 8th.
North Esports was eliminated on the 4th position.
Yeah.
But the fact that they did not pick out any kill, it just takes them down to the 7th position. So that is like one of the things. But then let's talk about the teams that, were trying to make an impact, but kind of, just were left out somewhere. So it was FIME out in this first match of Erangel on the 9th position, 247 Gaming on the 10th one, Team Tough on the 11th, the Stars on the 12th, KPK Gaming on the 13th, Team HR on the 14th, HFD Sports on the 15th, and F2D Esports had an early exit. So the teams on the 15th and 16th, they kind of had an early exit. They did not bring out any kill to the team and for themselves. But this was just the first match. So if anything, I think they'll just learn from the mistake that they did. Mistakes can be in any way or form. It can be on your landing spot.
Exactly.
It can be on the way that you were trying to rotate inside the circle. It can be your early rotation or sometimes even your late rotation. It can be you're trying to contest a house which was never yours. Not saying it in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, no, that was the thing that happened with KPK Gaming, as they were in that double ban houses and they were just trying to go up forward. So those things, it's all about trial and errors. You win some, you lose some, but you learn all. So that's the beauty of this game.
Yeah, exactly. And we noticed this yesterday as well, wherein as the day kept going on later and later, the games just kept getting more aggressive and tougher for the teams to get chicken dinners. The level of aggression from everyone just went up by the time we reached the second Erangel. And that is something we expect to see today as well, especially with the level of play that happened in the first game in itself. I mean, the rotations were on point. The fights were delayed so much just because everyone was using their utility to the maximum, and that is what utility is for. You use the use the nades, you use the smokes, you use the molotovs to flush out opponents, deny vision, do the damage, or finish off the kills. But the next game is going to be played on Sanhok, but that is going to happen after a short break. We'll be back. You guys take care and Hello everyone, once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and we just had another amazing game on Erangel, and we expected that to happen. It just exceeded our expectations.
It was just more than that, and I was on the stream, and I just want to clear it out. Team VFX, Oxy won the first game.
That was my bad. That
Team
was my
VFX,
bad.
Oxy won the game, and really sorry for that. And obviously the fans are going to be happy now more than that sort of the equation. But then the first match of Erangel, it was the match where you had to understand everything. The second match of Sanhok will be where that thing will be put to test.
Yeah, definitely. But aggression on Sanhok, that can be punished as well. Because as we saw on Erangel, teams were taking those fights, and not just in one direction as we usually see. It was like you saw Envy take multiple fights one after the other. Envy, on the other hand, were taking two at the same time. So situations like that on Sanhok, they can be punished just because of the ridges being there, the mountains being there, and the greenery can hide a lot of players in it.
Exactly, that is true. But then let's talk about the top damage dealers out there that have been in the first game. As you can see, day 2, match 1. It was Absaw, 1053 from his side. Hunk from Team Nexus 969. A deal coming out from Gaming Hub. Obviously, Gaming Hub trying to make out an appearance. They dominated out there in their fight. 773. Blade, Oxy is out there 708. And Gaming Hub's NYT out there with 671 damage on the 5th spot.
Once again, Oxy putting up an amazing performance towards the closing stages of the game, and as we saw, they have a more balanced play style wherein it's not too aggressive, it's not too passive, it's just the balanced amount in every single thing. And that is something that actually is pretty decent, because that way you do not get punished for over aggression, but on the other hand, the downside is that you do not get that many kills as well. So if a team like if GH were to actually survive to the later stages of the game, if Envy were able to actually get the kills of Nexus, then they would have actually climbed up and actually contested Oxy in the points system. But
what's more decent is my look without the spectacles, to be honest. That is kind of out there. But then we don't need specs to see the clear vision that the fact that the game is almost live, and you can see, ladies and gentlemen, from Kampong to Tambang, the plane path has really good areas. Painan, Ruins, Lakab, if you want to go there, Docs, if you want to go there, Camp Charlie can be a good area, Nakham, Sami, those good areas will be out there. Boot Camp, obviously everyone's favorite, but still, people don't prefer going there in these kind of matches. Paradise Resort, if you want to glide till that area, you can go and glide till that area. Camp Alpha is going to be a really, really good spot just right out in that final island, but people sometimes they choose, sometimes they don't choose to go there, so we'll have to see where the players actually land.
Yeah, we'll have to see that, but for now, most of the teams are looking to head towards the northern part of the map. Once again, I think it is going to be the Camp Alpha Hathin sort of an area, but no, I was wrong. Are there like 3 teams going towards Boot Camp? That is just going to be an early game bloodbath over there.
That is going to be more than interesting to see, and the zone also kind of supports it, so there is an area of fight out there. We'll have to see what happens out there, but then Boot Camp is going to be a really, really good area to take out some fights. On the other hand, Camp Alpha is being contested by 247 Gaming, and NES is North Esports is ready for its fight as well, but meanwhile, as you can see out here, the bot is trying to take its fights, and he's going to go for it, and one player has been taken down out there as Solo King also charges in, and I think this was an early engagement, and it was a really fruitful one.
Yeah, it was a fruitful one, but the bot is going to be taken down, and the real TG now, they have to think about the fact that how do they want to take this. But now, NES, have they spotted out the players from RNG on the other side, on the uphill? Because one of the players is on the uphill, the other 3 are right behind them. They have to be careful as to how they engage this fight, because in the other scenario, they are being sandwiched and they are being finished off. Fahad, he is looking with that TPP and trying to spot out the players. If they try to fall back, he is going to just go berserk on them. But now, Sensi, he is pretty much going to be safe. I think Sensi was spotted earlier, and Vic as well. Fahad, he has the QBZ, so this is going to be the perfect weapon for that close range early game combat. And Amhar is going to be spotted out as well. On the other side, some damage being traded from the 2 players, one from RNG and one from NES, North Esports. And in the early game, as we know, healing is not going to be available to you that much. Just a couple of bandages. Ocean, look at this. Amir, he has your favorite weapon.
My favorite weapon, crossbow, coming out in the equation. And if there will be some player dropped out, but obviously the opponent was out there and they have dropped him. But I think if not, they can change the gun to shotgun as they have shotgun in their hands. But then will they go for it? Will they go for that opportunity of that crossbow? Just flaunting out crossbow in the kill feed. If that happens, that's going to be interesting. So we'll have to see that. But look at the Sensei on the other side, just trying to spot some players, trying to take that information in their utilization and usage. But as of now, I don't think so. They are going to find and spot someone else. But then Aladdin, he is just running out in on that bridge area. Like it's pretty far away from his team of RNG. But then RNG is also trying to move in backwards. Seems like a really, really good thing as Fahad and Sketch are going to the bridge area as well. They can be contested as they'll be in a lot of open area. But I think if Aladdin just sits there, if he has a good or decent scope, he can just go for a counter fire. Meanwhile, on the Paradise, it's a different story. As you can see, Fime is out there. Predator Whitey on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, just trying to loot all of the Paradise. So these guys have a really good, big area for them to loot. And the zone is going to be on them for 2 or 3 circles.
Yeah, Predator, the last time, I think the only mistake he made was trying to pick the pan in a gunfight. Yeah. And other than that, Fime were actually doing pretty well during the mid-game phases. The downside for them was the fact that by the time they died, most of the teams were still alive. So firepower from the side of Fime, it is pretty good. And a couple of mistakes did cost them the first game, but this is a fresh start for them as well. And right now on Bootcamp, we have Nexus and KPK Gaming up close and personal. But who is going to come out on top? The third-person perspective being put to good use by all these players. Just right now peeking for information. No one is looking for this early game combat. But on the other side, Rams, has he spotted out the players from the side of GH? Knight, we can see him in the distance, but Rams, he is still running in that general direction. On the other hand, if we come back to Bootcamp, KPK and Nexus still hunting for information. They are going to be careful. The nade being cooked by Zulker. Can he actually connect with this one? Oh, he throws it, but I don't think so. Oh, did it go in the window? Oh, yes, it did.
Yeah, it did. It just
No. It was a nade from Eraser that knocked out Zulker.
Yeah, exactly. Eraser actually did a really good job out there. But the major factor is bootcamp fights don't end up in a good way. Like, not for either of the teams, because you start an early engagement, you need to end up with that engagement as well. And the circle is currently down them. And actually, Adnan goes for it and takes down one player from TG. That is the bot. We'll have to see what happens out in those fights as TG. The bot has been finished out there. So the major factor is going to be how the fights end up, because if you see team number 16, that is Nexus, is surrounded. They are surrounded from either of the sides by team number 11. That is going to be KPK Gaming. KPK Gaming had a bad run in the first game. Can they just turn it out, as they have a really good team right in front of them? That is Nexus. The grenade comes in, and the grenade just health of Taha has been taken down a bit. He is on 50% HP right now. Look at this full fast spot. Some players, the information is known. Just one more shot could have taken down one player, but then that player just makes it to the safer area. Another grenade being cooked up. A grenade that can be a doom for the players on that downside sewer area. We'll have to see what happens as Taha is trying to move in forward, and I think they'll be making to the safety for now.
Yeah, they will have to disengage from this one, because now after having one of the players knocked out earlier, they are pretty much gonna be in a in sort of a trouble, because the information was given away. All right, we pulled something. We actually got them to use a first aid kit, a couple of bandages or something, and that in itself puts you at a disadvantage, because once again, this could be a third-party situation at any given moment. It is bootcamp after all, and we have seen in the competitive scene that some of the teams have the strategy of not directly going towards bootcamp. They drop somewhere around in the general area, go with the loots, pick up the guns, pick up the first aid, pick up the armor, helmets, and then they close in on bootcamp and collapse on all the teams that are in there and just wreck them in an instant. But talking about wrecking, one gun that can do that pretty well is going to be the M249, and the extended quick draw for the snipers is going to be in there.
The keys, like there's an extended quick draw, and that too for snipers, because like, that's the beauty of this game. I don't know, that's one thing that happens. But look at this, the stars are ready for a fight. Crypto just took down one player, but then he does not have enough information just to move in forward. We'll have to see what happens if he just goes for the fight or something. But as of now, he just knows the location. The enemies ahead will be given, and look at this, one player from team number 5, that is from Stars, is on the other direction. So we'll have to see how that thing just just goes in. So one of the things is, these players are really in a good spot. They know their guns. They have M4, they have AKM. They know that there's a cover right in front of them, so they can just go in and barge in. That is a really good thing right now. And they have spotted the players. They're taking shots on the players. But still, right now, team number 6, that is 247, is not faced yet. Now they are, as 2 players have been taken down in an incredible way. But then Star Phantom has gone down as one more player, bot, just goes down in the engagement. Terminator also goes down. It's a 1v1 fight that's going on. Gaming takes down 1 player, but he will not be surviving for long as 247 Gaming makes their exit. But on the other side, Tough is ready for a fight with team number 15 out there in this particular area, which is gonna be Team HFD.
Yeah, HFD on the low ground, but they have the cover. But TUF with one good nade actually dish out a lot of damage. But on the other side, Envy Deadshot is going to be taken down, and that is just going to be bad for the team. Envy Light, he's so low. If one bullet touches him, he's going to be going down. Abso with that Molotov, can he actually connect with the players? That's going to be a pullout. But no, Moise is going to be taken down, and HR Snaker is going to be taken down as well. Adnan is one of the few people who has been dishing out the damage, but no one has spotted him as well. Abso, he has been revived, but his health is quite low. Now he has to revive his teammate. Snaker is there. He's going to be giving the information, but he gets shots from Abso with that Uzi, and that is going to leave one man from the side of HR standing. Light, he is still there, but the health is just not there with him. He is sitting at around 30% health. On the other side, HR, the players are going to be revived in a couple of seconds, and Snaker is going to be standing on his feet right now. Adnan is going to get the revive as well. On the other side, Envy, they are coming back to their feet. Deadshot, he is up and healthy and ready to kill some people.
One good grenade from Snaker can take 3 players of Envy just out of the equation, and Light will be left alone, and 1v3 can be easily engaged. But Light is just he just stood up, and that Uzi can do some damage. Does on 1, but then the counter fire comes in. Deadshot is also on low HP right now. He's using a first hit, but enemy's head will be done by the opponent, but then he'll be taken down in that equation. Snaker has been taken down. 4 players, all 4 are ready. The revives are also coming in. Flamma is just moving in backwards. A good and wise choice right now, but Envy Light is still trying to spot some players. If they spot it, I think they are going to go for it. They have their eyes set on the chicken dinner right now, because the first game, they barely missed it.
Yeah, they barely missed it, but Flamma, he was forced to run away from that engagement, and HFD, they started out the fight, HR, sorry. They started the fight so well. That was a really good engagement coming in from their side. And Adnan as well, just snaking around, lying on the floor, prone, knocked down a lot of players. But once again, once you get the knocks, and once you know that the man advantage is in your favor, you either use a Molotov to flush out those knocked players in towards a particular direction, you use a nade to do the damage, or the other option is you smoke them out, deny information, and then just charge in. You have to make those opportunities count, just like Envy did. Once they got the knocks, all 4 of them grouped together and then went for the kills. But now, I guess, Nexus, they have had enough of this. KPK Gaming still hiding around, and this is the exact situation KPK died in the last time. They were contested in the barn. Once again, Wolf connecting with those shots through the windows is going to drop a couple of players and is going to put them in bad situations, because now 2 of the players from the side of KPK Gaming, Viper being one of them, he's sitting on 50% health. The other one was on 75 but is slowly healing. But on the other side, Zalkar, he is slowly peeking the stairs with that Uzi, and Uzi at close ranges is just brutal. Blaze is going to be dropped down by Taha, and now KPK Gaming, they are going to be rushed upon by the players from the side of Nexus. Viper with that 3rd person, he is going to be able to help Eraser drop Hunk, but Viper is going to be taken out by Wolf, and Eraser is going to get Hunk as well. And once again, KPK Gaming in a compound fight, they are going to take an exit from the game, an early exit this time.
This time an early exit, that changes a lot for this team right now, as they have had 2 bad games, but then now they know, and now we know that there is just one king of the boot camp as particular time right now. That is going to be Nexus, the team that barely missed the chicken dinner as well in the previous game. But now, if anything, we'll have to see what happens, as if they come to fight with this team. This particular team, VFX Oxy, as you know, the team that had dominated the previous one, the team that dominated that Pochinki backside in the previous game, is ready for a fight in Sanhok as well. They have, look at that thing in their minimap. 4 players in 4 different houses looking in all the 4 directions. They can just give information. That's like 4 brains working in 4 different sides. They have each and every eye on each and every position out there. An airdrop I saw on a longer edge. An airdrop is coming downwards right now. But then this squad has just 1 kill and they have lost 2 of their precious players out for the fight in the early stages. We'll have to see what happens as the circle is slowly and steadily commencing, and the circle is kind of still gonna favor Fime right now, which I guess is still in paradise. As they started their rotations from paradise, they were still in paradise from a longer time. We'll have to see what happens. But Envy has 1 kill. They have all their 4 players alive. They will be ready for all the sorts of fights that you can just throw at them. But right now, they have chosen to stay a tad bit passive right now, which seems like a good thing. The early stages, as compared to the late stages, the early stages you can stay as passive as you want to, because after that, you're going to give an impressive gameplay to our amazing audience.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be an impressive gameplay. And Star, they started out so well just by eliminating 1 team. But now, can they do another one? And I think they have spotted Aladdin from RNG, and he's going to be finished off as well. The M4 spray connecting on Aladdin, and he has been dropped in such a bad spot right under the bridge. His teammates are on the other side of this riverbank, so he has to be really careful, and he has to survive for his teammates to close in on the other side. FTF, they are going to have their eyes, their crosshairs in fact, on the other players of RNG who are on the other side of this bridge right underneath it, and Charlie is gonna make this happen for his team.
He is obviously going to go for it. Has painkillers. He's taking painkillers right now. Is in an adequate cover right now. That seems like a really good thing. I mean, the fights of the bridge in Sanhok, obviously, this is a good situation for FTF because they have their opponents pinned outside the zone. If anything, the opponents are going to take that zone damage, and that zone damage is going to help them as they are spotting players once again. They have spotted Sketch. They have spotted one more player. Hamzo has been spotted, and I think the spray can connect. If 1 or 2 shots connect, that's going to be the end. And the shots do connect, and the player just goes down. FTF is looking really good. Have 0 kills right now, but I think the first kill is coming. And yes, this is the inauguration kill for FTF in this particular game. Was he trying to look in backwards as he has spotted Star Monster? But will that guy be or be not in his proximity of scope? That's going to be one of the questions, as right now FTF is still just trying to move in backwards right now. RNG Fahad was also out there in the open, but as of now, this squad is also going to be a squad that's going to be ready for a fight, because this squad, if they can win one match, they have the capability of winning the other ones. But one thing, you see, Rage does not have a first aid yet. So far, he is not having any first aid. What's going to happen if his health drops to a critical health? That's going to be an important question and an interesting engagement question.
Exactly. That is going to be interesting indeed, because right now, we talk about not having healing in the early game. This is not the early game. This is the mid to late game transition that's happening right now. And at this point, first aids, utilities are the most important thing, along with ammo that you continuously pick up along the way, obviously. But on the other side, look at this. GH have made their way towards this Paradise Resort area, and Fime is there as well. They have been here for so long without any engagements, but now finally they could get those kills. But it is going to be GH against Fime. GH, the team that lit up the kill feed before they were executed because of a bad play. But Fime, once again, a bad situation, because now it's not just GH, it's another squad closing in. It's F2D coming in from the other side, and they could be sandwiched on the other side. If F2D actually start the engagement, GH can actually third party both the teams and get all the 8 kills for themselves.
I mean, exactly, that's one of the things that can happen. But this Paradise is actually looking, Paradise Resort is looking like a resort, if you see, because there are so many teams just chilling as of now. But then later, when the guns are going to blaze, it's going to be a bit difficult for either one of the teams to just come out of the equation. As you can see, the players are moving in forward. Playzone takes on one player of RNG and just drops him out. And our team number 9, F2D Esports, on the back end. Our team number 12, that is Fime, on the mid end. And then there is one more team, that is team number 8, that is Gaming Hub. I know I wanted to see Gaming Hub versus Fime. You know you wanted to see Gaming Hub versus Fime. Audience wants to see an impressive gameplay. So let's see if that's going to happen right now, or is it going to take a bit of a time. But then there's still one more team out there, and that is F2D Esports. We'll have to see what happens. But just look at this. Motu No one knows his location. He's just sitting out there, just sneaking out there, and there is a player right on top of him. Moto has been spotted. He spots one player, takes him down, and because all 4 players are moving in forward right in that area. Mafia moves in. He'll have to go to that area, but now the location has been given. Moto has given his location. He's just trying to finish him, taking out that one particular kill, but then 47 has been taken out by the other side as Flicker goes for it, drops him down, and Fime has engaged into this combat right now, and this is not looking good for F2D Esports, but there is a scope for third party right now. Third party from Gaming Hub. If that arrives, I think that is going to be something. But then once again, Umer is moving forward. Khan can spot him. Khan spots him. Khan with that Uzi, 11 bullets, but then they do the job, and that was an impressive play. But the final person just moving in. Both the players with just 1 HP takes down one. One final player. He will be taken down. Mafia. He almost clutched it, but then it was not enough. Now this is one important thing. If Gaming Hub knows that the players are down, just one player is reviving 3 players, all the 4 players can charge in, but then that work is being done by Star right now. Look at the Star is moving forward. Only one player is good with its health right now. Each and every player has fallen down. Will the kills be stolen as Moto is moving forward? Flicker is reviving another player. Khan has been revived. Fime, no day is Sunday for them as they just engaged in a fight and are ready for the second fight right now.
Yeah, exactly. Fime is all set up for this. The players are healing and they know that another squad is coming in. Star right next to them on the other side. Gaming Hub was in the back sides, but now they are pushing back. They are falling back slowly, and one of the players, I think Star Knight, was spotted out. But moving over to the side of Oxy, they have spotted out players from the side of FTF, and 2 of them have been knocked out. So Oxy also dishing out the damage in this one. And now Star, they are deciding if they want to engage in or not. I think Monster was going for a wraparound. Knight as well. They want to collapse upon this sort of damaged squad of Fime. And Gaming Hub once again abandoning the Paradise Resort just because the circle is not there anymore. The circle has moved over to the southeastern side of the Paradise Resort. But once again, FTF Rams, he has the players of Oxy right in front of him. Blade just being patient behind the tree. One nade is going to come in, but it was thrown in the wrong direction, so Ram is going to be safe. On the other side, a lot of players from the side of FTF, they have been knocked down. Now Oxy, they are being careful. Rams, he has been dropped down to 40% health. How much can he do with that? On the other side, Blade, once again, look at this, just staying there, giving his teammates information that other 2 teammates, the players that were knocked down, they are not moving, they are still there. It means that one player is still hiding, and he's quite close. But GH, they collapse upon Fime, and 2 of the players are falling one after the other, and Absa is going to go on HFD as well. Moto is going to be taken down by KMD. GF, they are not looking to stop, but Nexus, they are there as well. It's a lot of combat coming into one particular area, but on the other side, Oxy, they lose one of their own, and can they come out of this one? FTF, they have one player in the backlines. Basim, he is still standing, sitting with 50% health, but Reaper, he spots him out. Basim is trying to run. On the other side, HFD, they will be taken out of this game by Northeast Nexus, I think, but North Esports engage on Nexus now. A lot of combative situations coming in, and it is all happening towards that southeastern side of Paradise Resort. Now, once again, Fime will have to come out of there, and when they do, GH will be waiting for them. But Oxy, in the meantime, they will wipe the floor with FTF Esports. And once again, as I was talking about, the players of GH Emerge, once again, is moving from the blue zone in towards the play zone. And still, when you get out of the Paradise Resort, you have to be careful, Fime, because Gaming Hub is going to be there. Their crosshairs are going to be pointed towards you. But Star, the same goes for you as well. They are fighting the blue zone as well, and this is going to dish out so much damage because this is the 5th blue zone.
5th circle obviously doing a lot of damage, but then no time to spare as 30 more seconds, 20 more seconds actually to be precise are going to be out there. Stars outside the circle, Oxy outside the circle, Fime outside the circle. So many teams have to make their way. The blue line alongside the team names are the players that are outside the circle right now, and the teams that are outside the circle, as you can see on the team a live counter on your right hand side of the screen, ladies and gentlemen. And Nexus will take down Envy Light, finishes Envy Light. Nexus Star does the job, and Adil is also trying to spot some players on the other direction. If he does that, Paradise Resort is out of the equation right now, as there's only just one player, one team inside the zone, and that is the real TG, team number 14. If you see that the real TG is inside the circle, rest assured, each and every team almost or has to make their way inside the safe zone right now, as the 5th circle has started. 99 meters to get inside the circle. GH will still try to spot some players and shoot some shots. One more shot taken down will try to take down the player, and yes, yes, that happens as Playoxy goes down. Quick also goes down by Envy's Moist, and that is going to be something as Team RNG has been eliminated out on the 11th position. We'll have to see what happens as Adil is also moving forward. Oxy gets eliminated on the 10th position, and out there Taha gets eliminates one player and drops in to find a drop shot, but does not get it in the play zone. Is going to do the damage and will take him out. That was something, and the kill is going to be given for free out here to Adnan from HR.
Yeah, Adnan just getting that kill with the blue zone coming in handy for him side, and the stars are going to be eliminated as well. GH right now sitting with 6 kills to then him. Pime is still alive with 2 players pretty strong. Emerge is going to drop Star Crypto for the last time as the team was taken out of this game, but on the other side, Emerge is not stopping. And Adnan, oh, he survives with 5 health for like 2 seconds, and Deadshot is going to be like, nobody, you need to leave now.
Even he did not have a first aid or anything. What is happening? Players are not playing with first aid. They're just going in for the fights, and what they are going. Look at this. 1 first aid for Moise, 0 first aid for the other player. I mean, what is happening out here? And look at this. Imad was taken down by Fahim Khan. Fahim still into the equation right now. 2 players remaining, 5 kill points for themselves as of now. Gaming Hub is still surviving with all the 4 players. So if I think Gaming Hub looks really, really good. And Moise 1 HP takes down the player from Team Nexus in the final second. He spots him. He shots him. He picks up a crate, and that was incredible by that guy. We'll have to see what happens as Envy's players need a revive right now. The player has been revived, so that is a really good thing. 3 players surviving from Team Envy has 8 points in their bank right now. Envy versus Gaming Hub. If that happens, that's going to be an epic one. Fahim Khan takes on 1 player from Gaming Hub, so that means Gaming Hub's 1 player is in a bit of trouble right now because impressive fight is coming in. But then Khan will be taken down and will be finished by 2 players. This is incredible.
Yeah.
1 player knocks him down, the other players goes for a cover fire. So in the equation, there are 2 players that are, starting up a fight. So just 1 player of Team Fime left, 1 player of Real TG left, 3 players from Team Tough, 3 players from Envy, and 4 players currently breathing and surviving from Gaming Hub.
Yeah, exactly. And in these final moments with just a few players surviving, Fime is going to be taken out as well when we come down to the top 4. Gaming Hub with 8 kills, Envy with 8 kills as well. Team TUF with just 3 players alive, and the Real TG with just 1 guy in this fight for his life. So Envy, they have the high ground up against Gaming Hub, but none of the teams are in the circle right now. TG could be the first one to go in, but since the circle is out in the open, that is just going to be that. He is going to be spotted easily, and he can be taken out. Deadshot right now trying to spot out the players from the side of TF, but they are prone on the ground, as you should be on Sanhok, just because the grass is there, and you can hide quite easily in the grass right now. Look at this Solo King hiding so perfectly. His back is covered by the rock, but the only way he has to look is going to be the uphill where Envy is.
His name is Solo King. He's solo from his team. All of the 3 players are dead. So we'll have to see if this Solo King does his job the way his name depicts, or will Tough stand alone Tough out there right in front of their enemies, or will Envy go for it? But I think Solo King has started up the war out there. But then GH in a bit of trouble as Edgar takes down 1 person from GH and just finishes him. KMD has been finished out of the equation. A grenade is starting to be cooked, but this is an undercooked grenade. Even if it does the damage, that's going to be something. Envy Moise goes down, and a Deadshot is going to be out there for a revive if that happens. And Gaming Hub is falling in short as Edgar is going for sprays. He has taken on 1 player, and the other player is on just 1 HP. But look at this. Solo King for the backstab coming in. Oh, but misses all the shot. That is so bad. And Solo King can be taken down as he has taken on 1 player. But then look at this. Afshaw is so out there. And this is something. The damage has been done. Real TG has gone out there. Deadshot taking that zone damage, and Afshaw has to get inside the circle. He's inside the circle, and this is down to 3 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Team Envy, 9 kills. Gaming Hub for the first time out there in top 3, 8 kills, and Team Tough with 3 kills and 3 players remaining. We'll have to see what happens. Gaming Hub was 4 players strong, but now because of some mistakes of going into the open, they are in a bad spot. Edgar grenade was so close to them, but the rock saves the day for him. But look at this. He threw 1 grenade, 2 grenades, 3 grenades have been thrown out in the open. That was something. But Gaming Hub, can they make it out? Will it be their chicken dinner in the second game of their first day playing of Group C and D? Or will a new team emerge out there? So close yet so far for Gaming Hub. Team Envy, 1 player. He needs to do it for the whole of his team as they have 9 points. Impressive 9 points, but the zone is not on them. And 0 versus Sports 1 takes him down and would like to finish the job even if he goes down. Still, the damage has been done. And look at this, 2 versus 2 situation. Players are trying to get inside the zone. Adil spots 1 player. His AKM tries to do the job. On the right, on the left, Thor goes down. 1 versus 1 situation. Adil is moving forward right in front of Edgar. Edgar versus Adil. Edgar takes down.
Oh, that was so close for the side of Gaming Up. And Edgar even went into the blue zone to finish off the players from the side of Gaming Hub. But still, they could not win this one. That was so impressive. Oh my God.
Overcommitment by that guy. The blue circle was out there. The player was out there. Crouches in, takes the shot, and just finishes everything. I mean, Gaming Hub was ready for it. Adil was ready, but he was not ready for the crouch shot.
Yeah, exactly. And once again, Gaming Up getting so close to the chicken dinner and not being able to clutch this one out. But it was an even better performance than last time, because this time they were second. But before that, let's have a look at see who is the real MVP for this game. It's going to be Edgar with 3 kills, 604 damage, 4 kilometers traveled.
I'm going to tell you one thing, one fun fact. These 3 kills, all 3 players are Gaming Up. All 3 players are Gaming Up. He took down 2 players beforehand. As he had this cover, and then the final person was also from Gaming Up. So this guy was like a doomsday for them.
Yeah, definitely a doomsday machine, Edgar, the man himself. But on the other side, let's talk about one more interesting thing in this match, Ocean. It was the fact that most of the players and most of the teams were playing without first aids.
Why? I mean, see, I saw that thing. Like, players did not have, either they did not have first aids, or they were distributing it amongst those players who were going down, and there were so many players knocked and all those things. But then we saw Edgar, but there are other players also who had an impressive impact in the game of Sanhok, and let's just talk about them. We had Nexus Wolf, 5 kills, 501 damage with 1 headshot, and Envy Absor. Who's gonna forget this guy from Envy, just staying out there for the team, and 4 kills, 752 damage. Adil from Gaming Hub. Gaming Hub obviously is gonna make their name out in this one, as they had an impressive performance, 603 damage, 4 kills. Faim Khan, obviously from Team Faim, he did impressive, and Star Crypto. So there was a moment when number 3, number 4, and number 5, Gaming Up, Faim, and Star were in that area of Paradise Resort. The fights happened, some players survived, some did not, but still they managed to make their names in the top 5 players. That is the kind of domination that the players have shown.
Yeah, and this has been impressive, because so far we have seen slow-paced games of Sanhok. But once again, for the second time in 2 days, Sanhok has all been about those team fights. Paradise Resort was one of the slowest contested areas, and Faim were there for a while. They did clear out the entire thing with loots, but later on, when they were contested, it wasn't just one team that went in. It was 2 teams that actually got third parties. And GH, before they actually went into Faim, they actually had to take a fight on the southeastern side, on the open.
Yeah, I mean, those were the things. But then let's just talk about how far or how close was Gaming Up from that chicken dinner, and where the teams actually stand. As you can see, Team Tough was out there on the first position, 6 kills. Gaming Up had 8 kills, but still the thing that just happened is that the position points that matter. Team Envy on the 3rd position with 10 kills, 10 placement points. Nexus coming up front on the 4th position. Faim was in top 5 this time. So big names actually made their way.
Yeah, big names all showing up why they are big and why people love them. And Faim being on the 5th, on the 6th, we have the Stars with 10 points to themselves. The real TG is going to be 7th with 10 points as well. Team HR are going to be in the top 8 with 7 kills. Now, 7 points, sorry. Moving on to the next 8, we have Team Oxy. On the 9th position, 6 points this time. The last time they got a chicken dinner. North Esports is going to be on the 10th. FTF Esports is going to be 11th. Team HFD is going to be 12th. KPK Gaming is going to be 13th. 247. They had an early exit as well. 14th position. Team RNG is going to be 15th. And F2D Esports is going to be 16th.
Alright, so there's this one thing. Team Oxy had a really good run in the previous one.
Yeah.
And they kind of, shivered a bit. I mean, still, they ended up on the 10th overall, but then their kills were really good, so they just went to the 9th spot in the overall standings. And then there are some certain stuff. Gaming Hub, they have an incredible firepower. They have incredible gun power. All they lack is it's that thing, the quick decision making when it comes to the either the ending fights, because they are unstoppable in initial fights. They are unstoppable on rotation. They are unstoppable when it comes to close combats of 1v1 or 2v2. But then what matters is quick decision that you need to take when you have to barge into a house, or when you have to, the final circle is coming. You kind of need to peek from the right direction or from the left direction, and a player, I mean, obviously they wanted to go for the headshot, as head deals the maximum damage. But if a player is crouching, the aim should, just that earthquake movement that we have talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
So that there's a thing known as earthquake movement. We're gonna make a video on that really soon. So yeah, there's gonna be that thing. So it all matters on those minor capabilities. They have that. They're just not, making the proper utilization of that thing.
Yeah, that, and one way to do that is, one way to get good at quick decision making is you just minimize your options. Like if there is a person inside a house, either you can rush in, you can throw a nade, you can throw a Molotov, or you can actually go for a knock, and then there are a lot of different possibilities. But minimize your options. Have the same thing happen again and again. Throw a Molotov, flush him out, then finish him on the outside.
Exactly.
Or throw a grenade, go for a knock, and then another nade to finish him off. So just a simple basic things are going to help you out with that. But let's have a look at the overall standings for this for the day after 2 games and see how the teams are doing so far. Bablu still, I think they are going to be on the top after today as well. 116
tomorrow as well,
and tomorrow, yeah, they can slack off for 3 days and do nothing and still be on the top. That is when other teams will actually have a fighting chance against them, I think. On the other side, LOU Esports still on the second so far, 51 points. Rogue Nation still on the third. Portal Esports still on the fourth. So not much changing apart from the fact that Nexus is going to be there and Team Envy is going to be there as well.
So this is incredible. See, the teams have played just 2 games, yet they are trying to contest for the top positions, the top 8 positions, and even on the 9th spot, you see Gaming Hub is out there on the 9th position. Oxy, they had a chicken dinner, but the second game, that just kind of changed the pace for them. They are on the 10th position. Arkadians, they had an impressive run yesterday. They are on 11th. RSxTeamx on the 12th. Team Tough on the 13th. Freestyle on 14th. TeamBTK on the 15th. And DFUZeOfficial was out there on the 16th. So many. This is the area where 4 and 2 actually comes into play. The 4 games or 2 games which you have played. S2E is on the 17th, FIME on the 18th, Real TG on the 19th, FalaQ on the 20th, FTF on the 21st, The Stars on 22nd, HTeamXRange on the 23rd, and the North Esports on the 21st. But after this is the danger zone.
Yeah, and looking forward to the danger zone. Let's see which teams are going to be present over there. It's going to be Team RNG with 11 points, 25 position. Blacklist is going to be 26th. Team HR on the 27th. 247 Gaming is going to be on the 28th position. Team Aqua 29th. KPK Gaming is going to be on the 38th. Team HFD is going to be on the 31st position. NF2D Esports is going to be on the 32nd for now.
Yeah, I mean, the F2D, HFD, they have had just 2 games. KPK, they have had just 2 games. So they kind of have the chance to, come out of this equation by the end of the day. Because if you have 2 bad games, you're not in a bad situation. But if you have the other 2 games, you can just change everything for you. If you either stand in top 5 or have a chicken dinner and with good amount of kills as well, because kills kind of matter. Sometimes there are some times when you can have a good position, but kills are not there. So even if you ending at a good position, it's just gonna take you down to either 6th or 7th or 8th position. That's gonna just reflect in the overall standings. When it reflects there, it just kind of takes you down. So that's like one of the things. But then this was a Sanhok. After this is going to be the game of ridges. I mean, this was fast-paced, this was snaky, bitey, whatever you want to call it. But after this is going to be the game of AWMs, the Car 90s, the DMRs. So all that and much more is going to be right after on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll see you around.
Hello everyone and welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages, and once again my name is Varun Super Johnny John. This is Ocean Sharma and we are heading towards the third game that's going to be played on Miramar. And Ocean, the first two games have been exciting, if nothing else.
Yeah, exciting is not even the word to started with that, because a team that was dominating, they get eliminated on the early stage of the fights, and then they try to go for a comeback and still actually they were one step away from the chicken dinner. So if anything, I would want to see, is this their game? Is Miramar going to be the game that changes everything for this team? Because if nothing, this team is consistent. Gaming Hub is actually a really good with their consistency. There was a time when if this team is not getting the position, they have the kills. If this team has the position, they still have the kills. So consistency is coming in an equation for them. I would want to see, how do they solve this equation for the chicken dinner?
Exactly, because chicken dinner is going to be important. The way that Bablu actually got to the first position and the position where they are is because they had those extra chicken dinner points. And at the end of the day, whether you get the chicken dinner or not, on the other hand, the good thing for Gaming Hub is that points are going to be points, whether you get them from kills or whether you get from placements. But placement points you can get a little bit easily, just because you can play passive the entire time and just survive to the later stages and just get those points. On the other side, kill points actually are a little bit risky, because that means engagement, that means combat, and in combat you can go down as well.
Yeah, in combat it's like it works both ways. Obviously, it's gonna be out there. You're gonna play for your team, and you will be played by the other team as well. If they contest you, they're gonna contest and go for all the kills that are needed out there. So that's gonna be one of the things. But then Miramar, it's if the circle is totally in the open, third parties, fourth party, fifth parties are happening out there. If the circle is in the close compounds, then obviously it kind of depends on how you're going for the rotations. If circle happens in Lost Leonis, if it happens in Hacienda, if it happens in those areas of Crater Fields as well, because Crater Fields has a good height mountain area, and from there you can just have a cover fire and you can just fire on your opponent. So those areas are going to be something. But if the circle happens in a proper open area, like near around Impala or something, that is a proper open area, and that thing, the only cover you can have is if you have a vehicle, or otherwise if an airdrop is right in front of you, you can have those covers. Other than that, there are no covers. So those are going to be some of the things, and we'll have to see how the fights actually happen.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how the fights actually happen, because as you said, in those mountain areas, we do see a lot of teams actually rotating with multiple vehicles on Miramar, and that actually puts you at a big risk, because multiple vehicles means a lot of noise being made, and a lot of noise being made turns out to you being spotted quite easily. But talking about spotting, when you spot someone, you do the damage. So let's have a look at the damage dealers overall. It's going to be the three players from Bablu still sitting on the first three positions. It's going to be Ghost with 2700 damage, Pikachu on the second, 2400, Tyrant on the third with 1900 damage. Fourth position being taken by PES Wolverine, 1800 damage. But NV Absa, he is playing for the first time today and already is sitting in the top 5 with 1800 damage.
With just 2 games played, he's 1800. If he just plays the game with the same pace, I think if he plays it with the same pace, then it can go to 1800 plus 1800. He can go to 3610 if that happens. But then it all matters that where the team ends at the end of the day. But I think this player is doing incredible wonders for his team, and if he goes with the pace, then I think this can be one of the most amazing teams to contest Bablu, to contest PES, if that happens out there. But then for those things, we'll have to see when the teams of all these groups just they shuffle and fight each other, because those are going to be good days, better days, or even if anything. But then right now, what are your expectations from Miramar, if I have to ask you?
Okay, so while on Erangel and while on Sanhok as well, there was one thing that was common. It was the team players from NV always picking up DMRs.
Yeah.
And that actually transitioned so well on towards Miramar, a map that has been termed as a sniper's map. Miramar snipers is what this map favors, just because of the long range combats that you have to engage in. And I think NV, with the kind of talent that they have, are probably going to take the chicken dinner on this one.
Exactly. Probably it might happen, and they have had a good run overall for today. But then I would want to see if Gaming Hub, they just steps it up and they just steals it from each and every team out there, because that team has shown us skills. That team has shown us skills. I mean, both kills and skills. They've shown us all those things, and they have shown us how you engage in the fights. But then there was one thing that was differentiating Sanhok from Miramar. In Sanhok, players had level 1 helmet and vest at the end, at the final circles as well, as you know, when the fights were happening. In Miramar, no scope of those things. I mean, there can be a scope of those things, but then there's no scope of those things. There'll be a scope of scopes.
A lot of scopes though. Yeah.
A lot of scopes though. That's going to be one of the things. But then the major thing is going to be, you should be good with level 3 helmets, or at least level 2 fully fresh helmets, because if you show your head, there's going to be a headshot on the kill feed.
Yeah, Ocean just using a lot of puns for now. And on the other side, Ocean, one of the things that I want to talk about is the fact that KPK Gaming is also one of the strong teams that are playing today. But the performance has sort of slumbered a little bit.
Sort of that's like one of the things that has happened. But then let's just look at and compare some facts of two teams. You see, for today, Nexus and NV have had a really good run. I mean, NV, you have seen the top damage dealers as well. So we'll have to see like what is differentiating these two teams. As you can see, 1 point difference. If we start from the bottom, 40 points for Nexus, 39 points for NV. 0 chicken dinners for both the teams. But then headshot department, if we just ignore that thing, healing is being done less by Nexus team. I mean, they are engaging in more and more fights. This is a good thing.
Yeah.
You need to heal less and engage in more damage, and that is one thing that they are going for. But then the damage is kind of equal in the scenario.
Yeah, definitely damage being equal for both sides. But as you started this conversation, 1 point difference, that 1 point difference reflects everywhere. In the kills, in the headshots, and in the total number of points as well. The only stats where they are close together is going to be the damage. So both the teams engage in equal amount of damage, and I think NV can actually surpass Team Nexus if they have just 1 extra kill, if you say that, Nexus.
If they have, like, there's a big if that just comes in. If they just go for it, if they get a chicken dinner, if they just go for the zone, if they go for the rotation. So those are the questions that are that will be out there. So one more speculation, one more thing that I would like to ask you. Where do you think the circle can be? Like the final circles, or which area do you think the circle should actually, just move forward towards?
You know what I want to say, right?
Alright, he's gonna pick Ruins. This guy, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
this guy.
This guy, but that happened earlier. Not the circle, but teams did go there in another region that we were doing together. But on a more serious note, I think okay, I would actually want to see El Pozo or Crater Fields, because those mountain combats are pretty tricky to handle, and I would love to see how these teams actually combat that situation.
I would want to see Los Leones area, because that's the biggest, dense building, dense city out there. But then for that thing, we'll have to see the game, and we are in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Your areas and my areas both are inside that flight path. As you can see, it starts from Impala. Los Leones people, if you want to go there, you can have a party out there. Chumacera, Picardo, San Martin, Hacienda, El Pozo, Crater Fields, Trailer Park is where it ends, and Ruins is on the top left area, if you see that.
Yeah, just cut off from the map. You don't need that area. No one goes there. No one likes that place. Just one building over there. What are you going to do? But on the other side, a lot of hot drops available, and Los Leones, once again, it is a big city. So even if like 4 squads go there together, they can still survive for a long time. But as soon as one of the squads, 2 of those squads start fighting each other, the third parties are going to start kicking in, because no one can ignore those gunshots going away. But look at this. FIME, once again, I think they are heading over towards the side of Impala, and 247 Gaming are taking that eastern route towards El Hazar. But we still have to see where teams like NVGH, where are they going to go? Team Nexus, in fact, the best performing teams from today.
Probably that's going to be like one of the questions that just need an answer. As you can see, Star is moving out there. I think they are going to Chumacera, as Picardo will be left empty, as no team has decided to go there. So this is the beauty of the game. You think that opponents are going to go there, and they also think that you're going to go there, and eventually no one goes there. That's one thing. But look at this, Los Leones, the party is going to happen as there are a lot of squads. Los Leones is kind of inside the circle. El Pozo is inside the circle. Picardo, San Martin, Hacienda, those areas are pretty well inside the circle, and so is Chumacera. We'll have to see what happens as the fights are going to start, and the players have put their feet on the ground or on the building, depending on how they want to start this game, and the loots are on the way. We'll have to see if the kills are on the way as well or not. as the players have started their movement. On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, is a player from team number 19, has a Emmer, has a shotgun right now. We'll have to see what happens as North Esports takes the fight. But then after this guy, he has incredible amount of damage right now. The damage that he has dealt. But then there will be opponents that want to go for it. But then NES Snow has spotted a player from Team Oxy, and that is gonna be a bit of a trouble for Team Oxy. As you see, he is down to 50% HP, still trying to make it out in the safer area. And if he plays his cards right, he can be in a safer area, and Snow will try to loot some other areas, as now the situation has been diverted.
Yeah, the situation being diverted all towards this team will be forcing them to rotate out of this situation, because once you hand over the information to your opponents, you need to move as well. That is sort of the optimal way of engaging in combat in this game. But on the other side, talking about combat, Oxy's player, Teen Wolf, already taking a lot of damage on himself, has a Mini 14 in hand, a pretty good gun for this map. But if the players from F2D actually spot him out of position, because his teammates were quite far away, he's not going to get a revive. He's just going to be killed off instantly. And VFX, they do not want this to happen. So the two players, they get in a car and they are going to pick up their teammate. But once again, KPK Gaming, their luck with compound, with house fights, has not been so good.
Yeah, and RNG is close to them. These teams actually, contested each other's drop locations, but then KPK was forced to move out, and they just went to boot camp in the previous match of Sanhok. But right now, once again, the teams are right in front of each other. We'll have to see what Aladdin does, as Aladdin is on a topper building, like the topmost building out there. He's on the tallest building in this area. We'll have to see if KPK engages in this fight, or are they gonna go for a safer route? Because if your plan A fails, you kind of need to go for a plan B. If plan B fails, you kind of need to, I don't know, maybe camp or something on some other areas. That can be like some strategies that players can go for. And HR Adnan on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, from Team HR, team number 10 on your screen, has an M16. Would like to trade it with some other gun as well, because obviously M16 is good for longer ranges. But if we need a gun that is versatile with both longer and short ranges, you can just trade it for M4 or sometimes Scar L, as the long range sprays are pretty much handy out there. Terminator from Team Tough is also trying to go and spot some players, or trying to go and take some loot for him. Has a level 1 helmet, level 2 vest right now. But this area of El Pozo, I think Tough versus HR can happen, or it might not happen, because they are still in the circle and they don't need to do any movements or something.
Yeah, El Pozo, the compound rotations are pretty tricky, just because as compared to Los Leones, there is a little bit more distance between those buildings. So you have to be careful as to when you run out, and while running out, you have to be careful. If you get shot at, you need to be able to pinpoint the exact location of where you got shot from. But now Team Oxy, they are gonna go in for those looting times, but once again, a shotgun and a Tommy gun coming into play on the player. But KPK Gaming, they are setting their eyes on RNG, once again trying to engage in these fights. KPK Gaming, they have to try this one out. XD, he has spotted out those players, but with that third person perspective, now falling back a little bit, has the Babe suit on him, and he is going to look to try and find a flank on the players from the side of KPK Gaming. But KPK, they are trying to do the same. Viper is on the back lines, trying to see if he can see someone coming off guard. And once again, Blaze engages in with Venom. He is going to take some damage, gets dropped down to 70% health, has an Uzi in his hands. But now going for those heals, uses a bandage. But he is still not going to be healthy enough. But now RNG, they know that KPK, they are going to be vulnerable. The health advantage, the overall health advantage is going to be in RNG's favor. And if they actually engage, KPK could be the first one to go down.
All right, that is something that's going to happen out there. But then look at this. Some details of the game, I'm going to talk about it once again. Some details of the game are really amazing. The Babe suit out there, like they're just flaunting out that Babe suit because it looks good. And even in the map of Miramar, it looks good. Like it binds out with the surroundings, the yellow surroundings out there. So it's sometimes people, have different closets for their clothes and all, and they just, like to keep it with them for each and every map. They have different kind of clothes and all those things just to blend in with the surroundings and all those things. That's like really, really good thing. RNG's players, on the other hand, just trying to see and find out the area where they can either use their barrel or SKS or some other guns depending on what they have. A grenade will be out there, and yes, the grenade will be picked up just for wreaking out some havoc. If the grenade actually hits in the right direction, it's going to do some damage. Obviously that's going to be one of the things, but then the circle is coming and the players are just 15 meters outside the zone. It's not going to bother them that much, but then the teams that are not inside the circle right now, if we have to look, it's going to be fine, as their drop location was out there in the Impala's area. It can be TG, as their drop location was out there in Torre Amuda, so that's going to be like one of the things that happens. And Eraser has a Thompson right now, Tommy gun at this particular time. It's something different. Like, he has a Tommy and a Vector. That's a kind of a different loot strategy that he's going for in a map like Miramar.
Yeah, that is a close... both of them, in fact, are close combat weapons. Vector, Tommy gun, good rates of fire, lots of ammo, lots of bullet being fired. But the range is just not there. The range damage for those guns is like a tickle to some people. They can heal up quite easily, but on the other side, TUF Edgar, one of the best performing players so far, he has a lot of heal. So different strategies coming around from Miramar. If you compare it with Sanhok, where people were playing without first aids, that man Edgar had 5 first aids, 15 bandages on himself, and painkillers and energy drinks as well. But fine, already a little late with the rotations. They are trying to fight with the blue zone, but the rotation is going to come in eventually, because this is the first blue zone, is not going to do that much damage. Fine, they landed on towards the side of Impala, and the circle is right now centered around the power grid. So the rotation is going to be a distant one, but it is going to happen nonetheless, and they are going to be pretty much safe, because there is literally no one in a straight line from them towards the circle.
Yeah, as of now there's no one, but then that's the thing. See, the real TG is still outside the circle, Oxy is still outside the circle. They have to make out an area, an opening for them to get inside the zone right now. And if the zone goes for a central shift, that's going to be something, as all the teams will have to rotate at a constant pace. But if the zone goes to a rightward or a left hand side shift, then the teams on the opposite direction will have to move in fast, and that movement can either cost them their lives or can take the lives of the opponents, as there are going to be so many collisions that's going to happen in the mid segments of the game. But if anything, I think the players of 247 Gaming has spotted some players from team number 7, that is FTF Esports. We'll have to see if the engagement happens, as they have Scar L with just a red dot, and out here this is 6 times a spray that is coming with M4 from the other side of 247 North. We'll have to see what happens, but the spray is not yet connecting. So the players from FTF would like to go and move into a safer spot for themselves.
Yeah, 247 not having a good day today so far, still sitting in the bottom standings, but can they climb up with this one? Literally right now are on the top of the hill, and will be looking to catch people rotating out of there, because when you are on top of the mountain, you get a lot more vision. You can have the information of all the cars passing by underneath you, and you can spot out where the players are going to hide if you have the scopes on your side. But now the circle is slightly behind them, so the rotation is definitely going to happen, and they will have to abandon this vantage point for there. But a couple of seconds ago, I was going to talk about this. GH going in for those rotation, and as you said, Ocean, in these open grounds of Miramar, the only thing that can provide you covers is going to be vehicles. GH is playing this one for the future. They know what they have to do, going in with 2 cars and 1 van coming in from their side. And these vehicles, if they actually engage in fight, can be used for good cover.
A good fun fact, Mirado is the 2nd fastest vehicle in all of the PUBG.
Oh.
The first fastest is present in Weekend. Its name is Zima. And there's one thing. If a vehicle is fastest, it's bound to have a lower HP kind of stuff. Like there's that thing. See, BRDM, the vehicle that is slowest.
It's pretty slow, yeah.
Yeah, it has the highest damage. It can withstand highest damage. And Mirado goes fast, Zima goes fast. So the fact is that there is that minimal thing. And Mirado comes in 2 things. All right, so we have a thing for us, me and Varun. What we do is, the open vehicle is a level 1 vehicle. The closed vehicle is a level 2 vehicle. Yeah. That's what we call it. So this one was a level 1 Mirado, just for a fun fact, and just for saying it for a fun stuff. And so there is that thing as well. So this is the few things that we do. And the circle, like I was saying, it is a centralized circle. So a centralized circle means all the teams have an equal area to play with and to get inside the zone.
Yeah, once again, look at this FTF. They take the high ground. Now the window peeking is going to start. Charlie with that Mini 14. I think he moved his crosshair a little too soon. Otherwise, he would have spotted the players from the side of Nexus. They are right in the compounds below them. And if FTF, they think that the compounds are abandoned, there's no one's there, and they actually go down the hill and go towards the compound. The engagement is going to happen, and we have seen what kind of hell basically Nexus can drop upon their enemies, especially if Hunk has that M24 in his hand.
A gun that is known for this map, a gun that can wreak havoc on this map, that is M24. I mean, another fun fact, do you know, like obviously you might be knowing it, most of our players will be knowing it, and it's a homage to the older times. You know, there was a time when M24 used to come in the airdrops.
Yeah.
There used to be a time when M24 was a specific airdrop gun, but then there was, after one update, they just put the M24 on the ground, and people used to be like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah. Have fun, guys. Here's an overpowered weapon that can kill people basically with 2 shots.
Or one sometimes, and people, and then everyone's like, thanks PUBG, that's all we need. So like that used to be like good old times, and they used to be like really good things that PUBG has evolved through, and I would like to see like most of them might I don't know, come back or like something. So if anything, like guys, I know you are watching the stream right now, just comment down which thing do you miss in PUBG right now, which thing do you want back in PUBG. For me, it's going to be mini zone or hardcore mode if it comes back.
I want the sniper scopes on the assault rifles back again.
8 times, you want 8 times on the AKM.
8 times on the AKMs, all that good stuff. That was just entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, you could use AKM with an 8x scope and you could just try and pop out some headshots from the longer area, just like Hunk is trying to go for, as he has spotted some players from FTF Esports. Just some pixels were showing out there, so he was kind of ready for a fight. He was kind of ready to knock those heads out and deal some damage out there. And what just happened? Venom took down a player from GH Gaming Hubs. Adil has been taken down, and that was kind of bad, if anything.
Yeah, that was bad, but once again, we have... Oh, GH Knights is going to be taken out as well. And fine, they are going to be in engagement. 247, they have Umi. He has the M4 with the 3x pointed in towards them. But once again, if we could focus towards GH, what is going on with that team? Where are they going down? GH, they are being surrounded by RNG. They have the high ground. They are on the same level. But Knight, look at this. Knight was on the low ground, and he has been knocked. Knight is going to bleed out and die slowly. GH in so much trouble now. Once again, all 4 players of GH actually contribute a lot to the team performing really well, and even if one of them goes down, the team's performance is going to be affected, because now they will be forced to play in a passive playstyle. But what? Emerge is still standing, and he can actually take out the players from the side of RNG in that engagement, and RNG actually disengaged from that one just because HR were coming in quite close to them. So GH put in a bad spot already. But talking about HR, Oxy is right in front of them. Oxy down 2 players.
Oxy is down to 2 players. They are trying to get a revive right now, but then you can see Edgar comes in from behind and takes on 1 player from HFD. That's going to be something, but the Nexus Hung is also trying to drop some players, and he used his M24 this time, and this time, making no mistake, has dropped down 1 player, and Fine Predator Whitey has been taken down by 247. 247 Moth once again trying to charge in, barge inside those houses, those little compounds, little shacks, that where he can just try and see some players. Has 0 kills right now, just knocked down 1 player. Can he just go for it? That's going to be a bit of a question right now, as Fime is once again ready for a fight. They are just trying to spot some players out there, and Venom from RNG takes on 1 player from KPK. KPK Gaming, the team that has had a bad run right now. Once again, the bad run still continuing for them, as RNG is wreaking havoc on them. But 247, they are trying to surround the area. As you can see, Najib is moving forward from the right end, left end from your perspective, but from the right end from his perspective. That was incredible, as Mod takes down 1 player. That was Flicker, and I think that was a headshot, and Najib is really close. He can take down Khan out in this fight, and if it does that, I think Fime will be in a bit of trouble right now. But still, the revivals are coming in handy, because right now it's still a cold war. But this grenade, if it hits, it's gonna hit him really hard, and that's gonna be really bad. But then the grenade was falling short, and Najib would like to move backward once again.
Yeah, they will like to move back, but is he gonna be allowed to do that? Because Fime once again in the protection of the compound on the other side. 247, the only advantage that they have is there is a lot of area left for them to rotate. They are trying to collapse upon the players from the side of Fime, but the smoke being poked is going to deny them so much vision. Motu, he is being picked upon by Gaming from the side of 247. On the other side, Najib once again drops down to the low ground. Ummi, he is there quite far away. He had an M4 in his hand with a 3x, and as I was saying, here it is. And that gun can do so much damage. Once again, I think M4 is one of the most popular guns in the game right now. Is it? What is it, Ocean?
Yeah, it is like it's easier to control. It does incredible amount of damage, and it is like fan favorite gun out there. And it's basically an impressive gun in overall. It's like a proper 100% thing that the gun actually shows out there. And Fimes, some grenades were coming in on the Fimes players. We'll have to see what happens as 247 are looking in really good with the fight. They started the fight. Moto has been taken down by 247's players, and as you can see on the other side, NES players are also trying to take some fights. And out there, 247's one player just drops down. That will be Najib, and Envy Psych has been taken down in the fight of his direction as well. Flicker is giving a revive right now, but look at this. A Molotov just barely misses them with just 1 pixel on the outward direction. So that is going to be something, but right now the zone is not favoring them. That's going to be coming in the favor of Fime, as Fime is on the verge of almost winning this fight right now. One player remaining from 247. Fime is trying to move in forward. 247 Gaming just left out there outside the circle. If the players are not doing the damage, the circle is going to do the rest of the stuff for them, and that is one of the things. But look at this, revive is coming in, but then will that be enough? I don't think so, as one more player drops down. Just final player remaining for 247, and that player should not be taking up a fight right now. He should be going in a safer location, and if he does not, I think there are going to be 4 crates. There are going to be 4 players, and yes, that is what happens as Fime takes out the first squad out there, and 247 makes an exit.
Yeah, Flicker putting up an amazing performance, but now coming back to this, and Apso is going to drop one, but they are in a tough situation. There are a lot of squads present in front of them, and TUF is one of them. Oh, he peeks out the window. Can he take the player down? No, he was so low health, but the player from the side of TUF still goes down, and Venom, he is still standing with 40% health, but Deadshot has his eyes set up for, has his crosshair in fact set up for TUF with that M16 in his hand. Venom is going to jump out of the house. One of the players from his squad was already knocked down, but on the other side, NES North Esports, they go in. Snow is going to get these 2 free kills for himself. No, oh, he actually does, but now he's in a bad spot. His teammates are here, but I don't think they realized that Deadshot actually saw them. Deadshot is going to switch things around, is going to take down the Stars and finish them off, them taking an early exit on the 15th position from this game. But now NES North Esports, they just traded places with another team that Envy was actually focused on, and they could be the one. TUF players were down. Just one player from the side of TUF is surviving. And what is this? What just happened? Gaming Hub was taken out of the game at the 13th position.
That was something different that just happened out there. We'll have to see which team is going to contest for the chicken dinner right now, as there is Oxy still present for in the hope for a second chicken dinner. There can be a new team in the hopes for another chicken dinner. We'll have to see what happens out in all of these scenarios, as Fime is also looking really fine right now when the fights actually come. Envy can go for an incredible fight, as Envy is trying to spot some players. Mo is on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, with that Scar L is trying to spot some players, pop some heads out. If he can just go for that, but right now he's just still trying to go for a good cover, finding a good cover, and that buggy is looking really good out there in that location. He's just gonna pick up that buggy and just gonna move in forward right now, because that is important for this guy to get inside the circle. 5th circle coming in, 20 minutes almost into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and the circle is gonna do something as Snow was taken down out there. Murtaza is trying to move in forward inside the zone if he can, because the zone damage is gonna be a lot catastrophic right now. NES Sensei, can he just give a proper revive? No, he cannot. The smoke was done, but he was so late on the smoke right now, and Snaker is trying to move and see some players out there. Predator Whitey has been spotted out in the open. 2 more shots and that will be the end of him. But then on the other hand, Khan, 1 more shot, if that hits, that's gonna end his legacy out as well. And I think 1 more squad gets wiped as Sensei is out there, but Sensei needs to heal. Can he just go for a heal? He's just trying to fight with the circle right now. Moves inside the zone and will be pounded by Umar, but then is just 1 HP short. The single HP saving himself in this particular fight. Can he just make it? I don't think so. The play zone is gonna take him down as well. As you can see, NES Sensei gets down by the play zone. Fire Predator gets down by the play zone. Maxi is doing a heal battle outside the circle. No time to move. No chance to move. KPK Gaming gets eliminated out on the 11th position. 10 teams remaining. 9 make it 9 right now as another team exits. That is F2D Esports. And Adnan was spotted from behind. Maxi just trying to move in forward, trying to loot from this one as well. Fine gets eliminated on the 9th one. This is incredible. This is different.
Yeah, all the strong teams being taken out of the game. One of the teams that has been performing consistently, or in fact make that too, is going to be Nexus being there, still alive, and Envy still being alive with 3 players as well. And as I say that, Apso is just going to get another kill for his team, and FTF are going to take an exit. But after, he is going to be collapsed upon by the players from the side of HFD, and can he survive this onslaught? He still has around 45% health left, and he's slowly healing. He has the gun, he has the auto rifle in his hands, but North Esports are going to take an exit as the last player who was heal battling in the blue zone was taken out, and HFD are going to be taken out as well. Down to the top 5 teams in the game, 13 players alive. Deadshot with that M4 in his hand with a 6x scope on it is still trying to actually catch some players in his crosshairs and connect those shots.
They're just trying to go for it, and RNG Fahad has been taken down by the play zone as well. 5 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 13 players alive. Nexus, RNG, Team Envy, Team HR, Team Oxy still surviving out there. Not anymore, as Team Oxy just goes down, exits the server. 4 teams, 12 players remaining. HR out there, Envy out there, Nexus out there, RNG with 9 kills right now. All 4 players intact. Nexus, they need a revive for their players. Can they just go for it? Team Envy, can they just make it out to a chicken dinner right now in this particular match? That is going to be one of the things. And RNG is trying to spot some players. Envy's players were spotted, but still, they're going to be snaking out in the open area of Miramar. They have a risk to themselves, and that risk is something that's gonna just help them out right now. But what is gonna happen, because Nexus is looking really good for a fight, but then Nexus, they don't have adequate cover, they don't have themselves inside the zone right now, and that's gonna be happening as this goes down, and the continuous spray just coming out from RNG's side. RNG is looking really strong as they are at the edge of the circle. They have one side to themselves, and they are gonna wreak havoc on that side. On the other hand, Wolf just trying to take some fights against Team HR, as the Snaker is the lone survivor, and they're trying to spot Snaker. This is intense, as this is gonna be an interesting and important one. Look at that, the players are jumping, and Venom is still trying to go for the shots.
Yeah, but on the other side, HR Snaker is gonna drop NV headshot, and RNG, they are gonna turn their attentions towards Nexus as well. They have the high ground in their favor. Venom, can you actually take someone out? HR on the other side is gonna be taken out of this game, down to the top 3 teams, and Venom with that success on that M4 is still trying to fire that gun to its maximum potential, but now drops down a little bit low, and we with 3 players alive. Apso takes a lot of damage and is going to be knocked down. On the other side, Nexus still being a lot careful. RNG Aladdin is going to drop Zulker from the side of Nexus. Wolf and Hunk, the 2 players standing. One of the players, Taha, is on the back lines, and Zulker is going to get a revive, but Hunk with that nade is just going to destroy Apso and Deadshot, and Envy, they are going to be in trouble now. 1 player lost, 1 knockdown, just 1 man left standing. The revive is going to kick in soon, and look at this, RNG, they are leading the kill board right now. They have 9 kills on themselves. They have the high ground advantage in this team fight, and Hamad, he has dropped down. Oh, can he spot out Wolf? Connects with the spray, tries to connect with the spray, but Wolf was just outside of the vision, so that was a waste. That was information being given away. Wolf now is going to fall back. He's going to tell his teammates there's someone there. On the other side, Moise takes a lot of damage, has a scar in his hands, but can he survive this one? Envy, they are in a bad situation.
Aladdin with that mini 14 and Red Dot for a change was out there, but Envy is gonna drop down outside the circle. 3rd position with 5 kills. This is 4v4 situation. 8 players alive, 2 teams remaining, RNG and Nexus. Now, amazing.
Yeah, Nexus did get the win, but RNG, those fights, those kills that he got, they were pretty impressive, and that final combat situation from both these teams, oh god, that was just commendable. Like, it was played to perfection. It was like a movie coming to a climax.
Yeah, and I would love this. I would love to see this movie once again if it happens out there, because all the 4 players remaining out there from both the teams, and there was one thing. They had the higher advantage, but then Nexus showed us that height does not matter. All that matters is, like, that was impressive. You use a vehicle out there to just distract the players. And
yeah, that was a risk. That was in fact a YOLO play, because you charge in with the vehicle, you can be blown up in a matter of seconds. But let's have a look at the MVP for the game. It's going to be Nexus's Hunk with 5 kills, 902 damage, 5.56 kilometers traveled, and 26 minutes survival time. So these players basically survived the entire game.
Yeah, they survived all of it as they were going for the fights, and those fights were not being outperformed by any other player, be it team, be it 4 players, be it 1 player. They were just trying to obliterate everything that was right in front of them. And out of those, the final 3 players that he took down, those were the 3 kills that got added in this on those 2 kills to make it a 5 kill total for Hunk. And I think this guy actually did some impressive work for the team, for himself, for taking his team to a position that is going to be obviously a top spot in the standings of this match.
Yeah, that is definitely going to give them the boost that they need, not just in the standings of the match, but I think the overall position as well. But before we have a look at the standings, let's have a look at the top 5 players from this game and see how they were doing. Because it's going to be Hunk on the first position, 5 kills, 902 damage, 1 headshot. NV is also going to be there, 3 kills, 598 damage. RNG's Venom is going to be there. This was the man that sort of put Gaming Hub in trouble, Venom. And he has 3 kills, 492 damage. On the other end, 4th position is going to be taken by North Esports Snow, 3 kills, 444 damage. And Oxy's Blade is going to be on the 3rd position, 207 damage.
One thing that I like is Envy's Abshaw. He's still trying to make his way for the maximum damage dealt and all those things, and he's still just staying out there. His team was eliminated on 4th, if I'm not wrong, and he is still just coming out in the equation from each and every match from time to time. So that actually shows that this guy has the hunger. He has the hunger for kills. He has the hunger for damage right now, and he is really good with his gun capacities. There are some certain areas when the circle does not favor you or the fights don't favor you. That is where he falls short. If given a chance, he's just gonna go all in and just gonna pick the kills out for the team.
Yeah, definitely that is going to happen, and we are going to wait for that to happen as well. Envy has been performing so well. In fact, all of these teams are Envy, RNG, Nexus, North Esports also puts up good fight. Fime has been pretty aggressive, Gaming Hub, and it's going to be amazing to see them pick up a chicken dinner for themselves. But right now, that hasn't been happening. 7 kills again, Ocean.
Alright, so to the new viewers out there, we have a story that each and every day there's at least one team that comes up with 11 kills, and that is one thing that just happened out here. Next team is on the first position with 11 kills, 31 points for them in the bag, and Team RNG on the second position with 9 kills, 14 points on the placement and 23 total. Team Envy, they just are on the third position with 15 points. Team H are on the fourth with 8. North Esports is on the fifth one. Team Oxy has dropped down. I mean, their first performance was commendable. After that, they are kind of dropping down right now. They're on 6th in this one. Fime on the 7th. Team HFD on the 8th position, ending up with 7 points for themselves.
Yeah, but moving on to the next 8, we will get to see some of the teams that are the big names playing but did not do so great in this last game. TUF is going to be on the 9th. FTF Esports taking the 10th spot. F2D Esports, they step up this time slightly, 4 points being earned from this game. 11th position. Gaming Hub on the other hand ending the game with just 3 points, 12th position. 13 being taken by KPK Gaming. The Real TG is going to be 14th. The Stars on the 15th, and 247 Gaming on the 16th position. So 4 teams just ending the game without any kills quite early on.
I mean, yeah, as of now, and Gaming Hub also was, you see, they're on the 12th position. They were going for the fights. They tried to engage the fights, but then the zone was not in their favor, and the rotation that just happened for the team that just, took them down on a bad spot in that particular fight. But obviously, this team, they dominated in the first match. They kind of dominated in the, they did dominate in the second match as they came second in that one. This match was kind of a thing where they'll just, sit back and think. Yeah. What kind of what thing went wrong, and I think they're gonna just come back much more stronger in the final game or so.
Yeah, that is definitely going to happen because the last game is going to be played on Erangel. But before we move on to the last game, let's have a look at the overall standings and see where these teams are in the overall right now. Because Team Bablu is still leading the charge, 116 points, first position. Nexus, they climb up so far, second spot being taken away, 71 points to the team. Team Envy also climbs up, third spot, 54 points. LOU Esports on the 4th, Rogue Nation on the 5th, Portal Esports on the 6th, HTeamXRange on the 7th, and Team VFX Oxy is going to be on the 8th.
If Nexus has a chicken dinner in the next one, with just 10 kills, they're going to be 101, and that's going to be impressive with the team. That will be one of the teams that can just step up to the game of the team that is out there, that is Bablu. And R3D Esports is on the 9. Gaming Hub has dropped up quite considerate with this game. On the 10th, Team Tough on the 11th one, RNG on the 12th, Arkadians on the 13th, RSxTeamx is on the 14th right now, Freestyle on 15th, and Team 5 is slowly and steadily trying to pick up the pace on the 16th position.
Yeah, moving on to the next 8, we will see the teams that are going to be trying to push as 21st position Team HR, and 22nd FTF Esports, 23rd is going to be the Real TG, 24th is going to be taken by FalaQ. And moving on to the last, the Danger Group, the teams that will just be happy to qualify, it's going to be 25th the Stars, 26th being taken by HTeamXRange, 27th being taken by Blacklist 2, 28th being taken by HFD, 29th position is going to be given to 247 Gaming, 30th position F2D Esports, 31st position is going to be KPK Gaming, 32nd is going to be Team Aqua.
As of now, these are the standings right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And the major factor is going to be, this is the standing from 25th to 32, where even a single point matters.
Yeah.
Some teams qualify with just one point. Some teams, this is let go with just 1 point. So those slight bridges, the slight hiccups that each and every team kind of faces in one game or the other, those are the things that each and every team kind of needs to focus on. I mean, obviously, see, not each and every team can stand at the first position, but then not each and every team can come up with the last. Each and every team has that capability, and we know that each and every team with the gun power, with their skills, if they are at this in these top 32, they have it in them. They can just stand up against the competition. They can obliterate the competition, but some minor hiccups sometimes come.
I actually agree with that. Just to get here, you have to fight your way to thousands of other squads and multiple number of games to that as well. And now you are finally here. It is time to put up your best performances. You can't slack off in a single game, and you have to fight for that. You have to fight from the group stages to move on to the semi-finals, from there on out to the finals, and then the big stages take their place. So once again, a lot of opportunities, and these players have already, I would say, proved how talented they are just by making it into the group stages. And talking about talent, let's have a look at the top damage dealers and see how they are doing. How is NV Absol's push going? Still, Bablu was there. The top 3 players were sitting at the top 3, but Absol has actually made his way into the top 3 right now with 2400 damage on him. So if he actually has a good game in the last Erangel, he can actually take Ghost's spot.
Yeah, he can take Ghost's spot, but right now Pikachu's spot seems kind of in a bit of trouble, as he has 2481 and he has 2403. So that there have been hiccups, there have been ups and downs, but then the teams are actually looking forward to it. But then all that and much more is going to be shown in the final game of Erangel for today. So that action will be coming right in front of you right after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Group Stages. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and we are heading towards the last game of day number 2. That's going to be played on Erangel. And what a climb by some of these teams in the overall standings. I mean, Nexus is so close to actually getting over that 100-point mark and competing with Bablu.
I mean, they are close, but they are not exactly close. I mean, if they have a bad game, they need at least 10 kills or 9 to reach 100 with a chicken dinner. Because that's going to be a factor where it all, comes out. So these are the small numbers that we'll have to talk about. Like, no pressure, to be honest, no pressure on the team. If they can, that's going to be a really good thing. But still, I mean, toppling up Bablu is going to be hard, obviously.
Yeah,
that's one of the things.
It's obviously going to be hard, and the only way I think Nexus are going to be able to do that is if Bablu and Nexus are going to be playing together in the same lobby, and then Bablu actually gets taken out. So,
spoiler alert, that's happening soon. Like
that is obviously going to happen soon. But moving on, the last game of Erangel, the last time as well, yesterday on the second game of Erangel, things sort of changed around. One thing that did not change was that Bablu took the chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the drop locations did change from some of the teams.
But we are in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where the playing path is and how it all happens. As you can see, from Lipovka Yasnaya to Primorsk. I mean, if a team wants to go to the military base, they can go there. If they want to go to Novorupna, it's kind of hard, but yeah, you can just climb, glide, or you can take a vehicle from Milta. It's like you need to take the show the drop locations and all those things. I feel like Google Maps. You can take a vehicle from Milta or a bus, or you can just go to Novorupna or something. But then Pochinki is going to be out there.
Yeah.
School is going to be out there. Rozhok, if you want to go to Georgia, you just drop down to Rozhok, take a vehicle, and just go to that direction. So that's going to be one of the things. Let's see which team goes out there, because each and every team knows the location of their opponents, as they have already played one Erangel.
Yeah, but hot drops like the Georgia City, where we do see a lot of teams go. Georgia Pole, the container areas, Gatka is going to be available, but you will have to glide for that, and that is going to result in a later drop. On the other side, Ferrypriya, Primos, two of the safest locations on the map, they are pretty much going to be available to you. But GH once again heading towards the side of Milta, and we have to see if Envy, are they going to go in towards the Novo area again and go for the contested location, or are they straight up going to go for the military base, which was abandoned the last time? But this time, Star, they are already heading towards the military base area.
Yeah, I mean, they are trying to go for the fight, but Envy, I think, is going to go to their own drop location, unfazed by if a team goes to that area. I think after they loot that area of Novo, they are going to head to military base to see if they find a potential fight or not. But then look at this, where the plane path was not present. The zone is out in that Georgia Pole area, Georgia Ruins, all those areas. So that's going to be one of the things. But then on the early engagement, the fights happen, and this is not going to look really good, as Pistols comes into the equation, and the players have just been taken on 247. Once again on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, they are on the Rozhok area, but will they be engaging in a fight with someone out here? Let's find out.
Yeah, pistols can be pretty deadly as well, and especially if your opponent does not have a single gun. But a huge cluster of teams has already formed in that Pochinki School, Rozhok area, and Yasna as well. There is one squad present towards Yasna. But look at this. Oxy, they have decided to go for the Stalber-Kamishki split. Once again, we have seen this strategy, the same strategy, coming in from teams from other regions as well. On the other side, RNG have taken control of Lipovka for themselves. Milta Power going over towards the side of GH and Milta. There is another squad present there. It's going to be fine. And on the other side, Novo this time around, and we do take control of the location. HR, they are a little bit later on the rotation, so they are going to be in trouble because the two players are split up by that river right in between them, and they are going to have to be careful, because if they get engaged by Fime, if they get engaged by Envy, then those two splits are pretty much dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of the things that's going to happen out there. But then look at this. There's just one team that is going to the Georgia Pole area, that has already reached Georgia Pole area. So if anything, we'll have to see what it brings for them, because they are going to be easier in their rotations. And NES on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, North Esports making their way in the school apartments. They are going to loot out here without any contestation for now. But then the contestation is going to come when they'll have to go for their rotations. Level 2 helmet, level 1 vest, level 1 backpack right now. Okay, this is one of the things. Level 1 backpack is good if you want to go for the early stages.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for some people, for me as well, sometimes the backpack always feels full. I just want to be like, I want more than
more than you have already.
More than level 3 backpack as well. Sometimes it's like, no, I want more stuff in my bag or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because you end up filling it with so much ammo, and then you're like, wait, where's the spot for heals?
That's just greed. That's just
Dude, okay, so a little backstory, a little personal story. I was playing with Ocean a couple of days.
Nope.
The man died, and I think he had like 2x scopes, one red dot. He had an 8x, a 6x, a 4x in his scope as well, in his backpack as well.
I died, but still I did an incredible 1v3. I showed you once I recorded it that I did. Alright, I died because this guy did not come to give me an adequate cover fire. I was in Georgia Pole doing a 1v3, 1v4, and this guy was out there in Ferryfair or Primos looting out.
I was in Primos, and I still ended up getting a chicken dinner.
Shut up. I hate you. I hate you so much right now. Alright. But still, what can I do? I have to be with you only. So, but to be honest, look at this. Out here, Tough Thor is out there with his M16. He has an extended mag. That's a really good thing. Charlie is out there from team number 7. That is FTF Esports. I mean, these areas are good areas. Severny, like, these are kind of underrated areas if you want to go for these areas. Like, the loots are really good. And there was a match we casted for wildcard. You remember three teams dropped on that Severny's area. That was just incredible for an early fight.
Yeah, that was incredible for an early fight as well, and it is always going to be incredible. Severny is surrounded by a lot of houses, but getting out of that area is what causes trouble for the team. But on the other side, fine, once again, they have control of the Milta for themselves. On the other side, one thing that I would like to point about is that GH is also present in this location. So, fine, they have to be careful, because they can be spotted by the players from the side of GH once they are trying to rotate out of Milta and Milta power, but they can spot out the players, and that engagement can happen at any moment. But I think that's not going to happen for now, because just because of where the circle is, both the teams will be looking to rotate into the play zone as fast as they can, and we'll be looking to be safe. On the other side, Envy is in front of us, and Novo is their place. Novo is their home ground.
Yeah, and then this is a squad, the FIME squad for the players, for the viewers out there, and we'll have to see what this squad does right now, because see, this squad has had a lot of expectations on themselves. They've had a lot on their shoulders, but if anything, they are still fan favorite, crowd favorite team out there, and we'll have to see if they pull off a miracle out in this particular game. Star, on the other hand, trying to go for their rotation from the bridge side area, and Gatka is still empty, as you can see on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. The zone is coming, and Team Oxy, starting from their Kamishki Stalber loot, they are trying to make their way inside the circle right now. RNG started from Lipovka, trying to make their way inside the circle, and our team number 8, that is Gaming Hub, has started their rotation from Milta Power. That seems like a really good thing. Like, the team drops at Milta Power where no other team actually goes. They have good loot as well, and they are incredible with their firepowers as well. So we'll have to see what Gaming Hub gives us in this match.
Yeah, we will have to see, because even in the last game, especially the last game on Miramar, Gaming Hub had an early exit. The two before that, they were so close to getting those chicken dinners for themselves. In the first game on Erangel, they were stopped quite early on in their sort of the wrecking job that they were on. On the second one, they finished second, but in Miramar, the exit was so fast from the side of Gaming Hub. I think it was the 12th position that they finished the game on. But this time on Erangel, they will have their eyes on that chicken dinner, because the performance from this team has been incredible. On the other side, another team that we should be looking out for is going to be Nexus, because Nexus are sitting on the second spot right now.
Yeah, they are sitting on the second spot right now, but then how far, they can just take the game off this one, because there's just been one casualty so far, as the first person just dropped down with a pistol. We'll have to see what happens, and Car 98 coming into the equation as Emma is trying to use it on the players of 247. Let's see what happens, but look at this. FIME is trying to go for a rotation. They are trying to get into the zone. I mean, obviously they are in the zone right now, but then they are just trying to go to find a safer spot where they can just chill for a while, plan their strategies, and then plan their movements. And I think they have just found out a place, as Flicker is just sitting out there alongside Motu. Let's see where the team actually leads themselves. But then one thing out here, Maxi on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, with that M4. We'll have to see what scope does Maxi have as they are trying to go for a fight. And Sensei has been spotted, and so has been Moth from 247 and NES.
Yeah, the players being spotted out by the players from North Esports is definitely going to put them in some trouble. But they can be happy about the fact that they are not being engaged upon. On the other side, talking about engagement, one thing that can help you is going to be the AUG coming with the first airdrop, the level 3 armor being there, the level 3 helmet, and the level 3 backpack as well. So, 3 things, actually 4 things that put together are just going to make you into a monster.
Exactly, that's the word that there is. But then it all comes at how you're going to use it. And look at this.
Yeah.
The circle has taken a rightward shift. So that means the teams that just went to the Georgia poll thinking that the circle is going to stay there, have to move in. And Rozok seems like a feasible area, so the fight's going to happen. And exactly 247 Gaming coming up with the first knockout there with an M24. And look at this, 247 is just moving and charging in forward right now. Another M24 comes in the equation, and if the shots hits it, it does not right now. Gaming, but the has been given, and you guys need to charge in, and I will just try to use my snipers to its maximum. And talking about maximum, you can see Maxi on the screen. The revival has been given to Sensei. He'll try to be safe as he can, but if Amr just tries to take out the player that is Gaming, because Gaming has an M24, he has a 4-time scope, he can just pop the heads out and he won't be worried about any other thing in himself.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to pop out the heads, but Amr, as he was peeking the window on the other side, 247 Mount was taken down by Snow. Snow has taken a lot of damage, but the first aid is going to kick in. He's going to heal up to 75% health in no time, and as I say that, he does it. On the other side, Mount, he is going to be in so much trouble now. Gaming with that M24, with that 4X, is still trying to spot the players on the back of the house who will be peeking out in a little bit. Amr, he has taken a lot of damage. No more first aid, just bandages and the energy drinks to come into play. But 247, they are being flanked upon by the players from the side of North Esports, and the Car 98 is doing so much damage. On the other side, Punjabi, he has taken so much damage. He is so close to dying. North Esports are just charging in. They do not care if you have an N24 with you. They do not care what guns you have. They are coming in for 247 right now.
North Esports is just trying to move in as forward as they can. Look at them out in the open, but still not faced by their opponents, just going for it. And one player, Najib, goes down. That is the first engagement out here on the side, from the side of North Esports, as they are just moving forward. Punjab was low on health, and he will be dropped out and will be finished in just a hint of second. And look at this, a grenade comes in. Emma is so low on HP right now. He needs to be focused right now. But look at this, F2D is taking their fights from another team. That is going to be team number 15. We'll have to see what happens out in this particular fight, as HFD is looking really, really strong right in front of right in front of the second team of F2D. But then look at this, Najib is bleeding out. No scope of revival. 247 Gaming is moving on his own direction just so that he can just survive for a bit longer. Grenades are coming into the equation right now, and Ume is gonna go, and I think one player has been finished. It's just one last player from F2D. If he gets spotted, it will be the end story. But the big question is, will F2D be eliminated first, or will it be 247, as both of the teams have just one player surviving for themselves?
Yeah, but F2D, the player has run away off in the distance, and the second last player is going to be taken out as well. On the other side, Ruins is an interesting area to choose to fight it out. If you have the high ground of this ruined castle, you are going to be at an advantage, but the downside, the trade-off is going to be that utilities being thrown at you are pretty much going to be focused on you, because you can't rotate that much of a distance. If there's a Molotov in one end and a nade comes in, you will have to basically jump down from there. On the other side, 247, another person being taken out of this game permanently. But now, fine, they are trying to spot out players on that upward hill right in front of them. Flicker, he has a Scar L in his hand, but how much can he do with this weapon? Scar L, it used to be one of my favorite guns in the game before I actually learned how to play properly.
Oh, so you mean if a person does not know how to play it properly?
No, not that.
Did you mean it like that?
There are a lot of weapons whose recoil is harder to control than a Scar L.
That is so gunninist.
even you know you are the one who runs around with
we are not talking about me right now. Let's just
you run
get
around
into
with
the
a
game.
sniper in your hands all the time.
Let's just get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. On the other hand, you can see it's a lovely day on the Erangel, and the fights are happening on a lovely day. We'll have to see what happens. A grenade just comes in, and that grenade can do some damage, and it does some damage on the opponents as Tough is looking ready for a fight right against KPK. And this is KPK's weakness, if you just talk about it, because KPK, whenever they are being surrounded, they just don't have any information of to where to go, and that is one thing that they lose their game on. Eraser on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, has 40 bullets. I mean, he should be knowing that the gun can go to 47 right now, but still is using 40 bullets right now so that he can, go for an early engagement. Has a fully healed out there, and the grenade actually comes in from KPK Viper. KPK for the first time going on an aggressive mode right now, takes down one player. That is going to be something really interesting and amazing as Viper can go for another grenade, but I think Viper has given the information, would like to charge in if he wants to, but still, yes, right now, this is the best time. This is the best time for KPK to charge in. Should not go for this engagement. Just go inside the house, ram your vehicle, ram yourself, and just go in barging in. Viper's grenade takes down two players. This is the high time right now as the team number 20 of TUF is in a bad situation. But look at this, Fime just eliminates one squad out there. That's going to be Nexus.
Ooh,
What
just happened? Nexus was taken out of this game already, and we were talking about what that team was going to do.
But that was incredible. Another grenade comes in. That grenade can do some more damage. Yes, it does, as Terminator has been taken down. I mean, the throwables are coming in, and in another equation out in front of you can see Edgar is also low on HP right now. Edgar is on good HP, but then Venom, he can be spotted, but then a third party can come in. Yes, Star is out there for the third partying. Star is ready for the fights. Star has surrounded their opponent. That is going to be Tough, and Tough is in a sandwich situation. Eraser has moved in forward. He can drop a Molotov. That Molotov can do some damage on that area. I think he knows it. He knows it. He drops a Molotov. The Molotov, it has just left the team on just one direction. You can see Thor is burning out. That is going to be a bad situation. Eraser on 1 HP. He is just trying to go for the first aid as he has dropped down two players. Terminator also goes down. Viper is trying to move in, and this can be the end of team number 20. That's going to be TUF. The first person goes down. Eraser once again trying to move in forward. M16 in his hands. One player is not going to be enough for the movement right now. Two players, three players. Edgar is taking players in his hands right now. Goes for a 1v3. Can he just do a 1v4 with another squad right next to him? Viper just trying to move into forward right now, but will Viper go for it as Blaze is low on HP? But look at Edgar. Edgar jumps in. Edgar goes in. One player down. Two player down. Spots the third one. Shifts his gun. Has DP in his hand. Will DP do the damage? Yes, it does. Edgar is low on health, but then that won't be enough as TUF gets eliminated on the 15th spot.
Alright, finally KPK Gaming a compound fight for themselves, but that also took a lot from the team. One of the players was not, taken out entirely, and 3 were knocked down. That's going to be so much healing utility, so much ammo being wasted from this game. But once again, the circle is moving towards the northwestern side of Pochinki, and it's going to be in the open area this time around. But Star, they are in that warehouse, they are in that shed for themselves, and Envy with a nade are just going to wreak havoc on the players from the side of Fime. They are on the low ground. Another Molotov is going to come in, but the players are going to move back, and the revive is going to come in at any second. Envy on the other side, they have one of their own knocked down, and Flicker is going to be knocked down as well. Kaim Khan, can he go for a flank for his team? Because if he does, then Envy is going to be in trouble. Dead shots popping off that smoke just for some cover. On the other side, Moise, is he going to get the revive? He's being dropped so low, and Khan is doing so much damage. Light is going to be taken out as well, and Envy, they are in a bad spot now. Khan is going to finish off Moise. He has been taken out of this game once again. As I say, Light was knocked down in the same exact spot, and Light is going to be taken down by Fime Motu. The flank is working for the Fime, and Envy, they do not have any other option but to run away from this one. With the car is being shot at. Can they get away? One more player being taken down. Envy Absa is going to go down, as well as Rams comes in from the side of FTF and finishes him off.
The game of comeback from Fime right now. This team has 6 kills already, but still 40 plus players surviving in this area of Erangel. I mean, this team is just obliterating each and everything. Flicker is moving in forward, Khan is moving in forward, Motu is moving in forward. Deadshot, the lone survivor from Envy. Envy was looking in a really good spot right now, but the team of Fime, I mean, the competition is on the other end. But look at this. FTF takes down Fime Flicker. that is gonna be something really, really bad. As see, they were not ready for this. They were taking their fights right in front of the other things, but then 247 Gaming, the lone survivor, the solo person out there, and there's gonna be something as Reaper is trying to move in forward. They don't know that there is just a solo survivor. Another team can get their exit from the server right now, as 247 Gaming will be spotted, will be shot at, and he is on the outer edge. He's inside that shack, and the grenade has been done. The grenade inside that area, they're gonna go for it. The grenade has been done. Do they know or do they not know? Yeah, okay, so they kind of knew, and that smoke, okay, that was a smoke.
That was smoke.
Imagine if he had put up a grenade, they would have taken him down, and all four were looting his crate. Imagine.
Oh boy.
I do that.
That's just an evil play, Ocean.
I know.
But yeah, you have to be evil in this game as well. Hey, I die, but you guys die after me. So points are points, right? Points are points.
You don't get points after you die, to be honest. Those 4 kills are just free kills and nobody gets that. But to be honest, that's not points. That's just playing with the mentality of your opponent.
That's just disappointing them.
Yeah, only them. Yeah, exactly. So out there you can see another squad just gets eliminated as F2D Esports just makes their exit on the 13th spot. 12 teams remaining, 41 players alive out. They will have to see what happens as Fime Flicker is still trying to spot some players, pop some heads out. The circle is kind of centralized and there's just one team inside the circle right now. We'll have to see which team is it. It's team number 8, and that is Gaming Hub, a team that is still surviving for the chicken dinner that they desperately need right now. So Gaming Hub is out there. Fime is out there. We'll have to see which team actually makes it out, or will there be any other team, as there are so many good teams just trying to fight out their way, as North Esports' Maxi has been taken down out in this fight, and Khan is low on health, just barely surviving at 1 single HP. The magic HP was where he was surviving, the magic pixel, but still he's just trying to make it. KPK taking another fight in their hand. The game of comebacks is still showing its wonders, as KPK is taking the fight in this warehouse right now. They have had 5 kills so far, 2 players remaining. A smoke can actually come in handy, but right now look at this. KPK's 3 players just trying to move in, just trying to barge in. If they spot someone, that's going to be something. But still Star Knight and Star Crypto. Star Knight with a grenade, a low toss grenade. Can he just go for it? He throws the grenade. The grenade comes in. The grenade goes out, but that's not going to do any damage until and unless, yes, exactly, the players are in the proper proximity. That's going to be something. But then Hamzat King, would he like to go in, as one of the players just bars in, just spots one player, and he's just going for it. He will be taken down. But then what's going to happen? The second player has been taken down as well. Star Knight is taking the fight. So the 1 HP survival right now for this guy. Look at this. He does not even have that HP, but Phantom with that Uzi can actually just take everyone out. And I think that is going to be something with just one player, Viper, surviving out for the team. And Knight has his full HP right now. He's also going for a revival. So revivals are coming in handy. And the game will once again start with the initial fight. Team Envy gets eliminated on the other hand, as it was just Deadshot, the solo survivor. And now he has also been taken out of the equation. One thing, one player still needs a revival from the other side. Will it happen or will it not? That is going to be one question from KPK Gaming.
That is definitely going to be a big question. But on the other side, RNG right now going up against FTF. The car being blown up, so much damage being given, 2 players being knocked out, 2 still standing, but one of them is surviving with 5 health. And the Rich being peeked off is not going to work for Allah. Then he's going to be knocked out instantly. But how long is FTF going to survive in this one? For how long? Oh. Not long enough, I think. They just died in like 10-15 seconds after we saw them on our screen. Charlie, the last man, was taken out with a Uzi, in fact. And once again, KPK Gaming versus Star, this combat has come to a standstill. KPK Gaming played this one really well just to delay this entire situation, because Star, they were playing with a man advantage in their favor. But from now on out, both the teams are gonna try and disengage from this one. KPK, the smoke's being popped. Look at that smoke being popped. It's like, I don't know, it's winters.
The zone is not going to be on them. That's going to be one thing after this. The zone is going to shift from them. And look at this. Look at this. TG just taking down players. Smellysox is going to give the taste of his gun to his opponents. And Team HFD gets eliminated out there. But then team number 19 is out there. North Esports in a bit of trouble right now, as TG's players are just going all in. Smellysox, his one gun is wreaking havoc right now. And Will Blaze like to move in. Will Blaze like to charge in. That is a smoke right now. A pretty good strategy for the players to take them down on the back end. And that is going to be something. Look at this. They are not in the circle, so they'll have to engage in the fight right now. And they are going for it. Blaze is taking that TP, but then look at that. Look at that peek. He knows that there are players out there. Will he try to go in? Will Phantom go in? That's going to be one of the questions. As Monster is also trying to go in. He's just trying to go for a flag outside the warehouse. What's going to happen? Crypto takes down one player inside the smoke, and just one player remaining out in this area, as Viper is going inside the circle right now. Will Crypto go for it? As you can see, this is going to be really bad. 2 players have been taken down. Just 1 player remaining. Viper, where is he in this fight? Here is he in this fight, just waiting. He has a flank. If the players go out in the open, he can take all of them down. Team HR gets eliminated on the 8th, and KPK Gaming makes the exit on the 7th position finally. On the 8th position, sorry.
Yeah.
Finally.
Viper was trying to crawl his way in, but RNG just showed up out of nowhere. And now Star, they have to engage in a second fight, but on the other side, TQ solo king. He finds a player. He goes down. Wasn't able to do anything. TG solo king. What happened there, buddy? What happened? Oh, it was 5 Motu that happened. He was just proning.
He was just proning out there, just trying to wait for that perfect moment where he can, just take a person down. And I think the smokes are coming in handy because they need those things. Obviously, the covers that they want to make in these areas, in these scenarios, that is one thing we'll have to see. And TGs, they are going for revivals, going for first stage to pop up, because after this they'll have to get inside the zone, they'll have to get inside the circle, because that's going to be an important one. Overcommitting right now is not going to be a good choice. 0 seconds remaining. The circle is slowly and steadily coming in, and right now I think Modu, if he spots one player, he's just going to go for it. One player is down, the other player still surviving, still barely making it out, and Matt can spot them, but then they spot him even better, and they make their exit on the 6th position. The real TG with 2 kills out there. And final 5 teams gaming up. This can be their game if they go for it. Oxy, they can go for a second chicken dinner once again in the Erangel. Fime, the fan favorite team out there, they can go for a Star. The team that eliminated the big names can go for their, and RNG still surviving with all their players. Which team is gonna get the final chicken dinner out there in the second day? Their first day of Group C and D, but the second day of Pakistan. This is gonna be a big question out there.
That is definitely gonna be a big question, and once again, this circle is out in the open, so all the players are proning. But if you're proning on the downward slope, you have to be careful as well. You can be flanked upon, but on the other side, Fime right in front of RNG, and look at this. Stars, they are quite far behind. 2 players. Phantom, he's so low, needs to heal up before he comes in, but Oxy Reaper with that car, he's gonna be spotted out, and Sneak is gonna take him out. Blade on the other side went down as well. Sneak is gonna go out to GH Knight. Gaming Hub still in this fight with all 4 players alive, and Oxy is gonna be taken out by Gaming Hub and Fime working together. So now one of the strongest team has been taken out. Oxy is out of this game, but Fime, they have 14 kills on them, and KMD from Gaming Hub is not gonna let them have this chicken dinner for themselves. Fime Flicker, he was spotted out. A lot of damage, tons of damage being given away to the side of Fime. They are still surviving. None of the players were knocked down, so that is one thing that they're gonna be happy about. But Gaming Hub, if even after the chicken dinner they want to stay in the first position, they need a lot of kills, because right now if Gaming Hub gets the chicken, Fime is on the second. Fime is definitely going to take the first in the standings.
They are going to go for it. They are going to go for all the kills that they can get. As you can see, RNG's winner is taking its fight from Star, and Star Knight has been finished. That will be the elimination of Star's 3 names out here, ladies and gentlemen. Gaming Hub, Fime, and Team RNG. Which team is going to win, as we have a 4v3v3 standoff right in front of you guys through this drone shot. As you can see, the final circles are going to come in really soon. This is the 7th circle, and after this it's going to be 8th circle. 26 plus minutes into the game, and Fime Flicker still trying to spot some players. They have lost 1 player, but they haven't lost a single hope right now for themselves to get a chicken dinner. The backpack has been taken down. That in these stages, these are the early stages where you should not be dropping off your backpack, but still that is actually coming in handy. As you can see, 1 player has been taken out. Gaming Hub is down to 3 players as well. 9 players remaining. 3v3v3 situation, ladies and gentlemen. What's gonna happen as Hums is trying to move in forward, Modu is trying to move in forward, and he has his players ready. You can see Fime is in a sandwich situation. RNG's players behind them. There is Gaming Hub right in front of them. What's going to happen? If they just pop up one single bullet, that's going to change each and everything for the team right now. Motu can spot some players of RNG, but a grenade comes in near to Flicker, takes his health down to 70 HP right now. That grenade was good. It could have been much better, but right now, if Adil goes for another grenade, I think Flicker will understand that they have spotted his location. But look at Adil just trying to move in forward. Gaming Hub moving towards a chicken dinner as they just take him down. Flicker has been taken down. The kills can be stolen out there, but Adil is still trying to go for a grenade once again. A grenade can come out there, but yes, exactly, the kill gets stolen out there. This is just gonna make Gaming Hub more and more angry. You cannot just go for it, as Gaming Up they have 6 points right now.
Yeah.
They could have had 7. But still, you know, RNG comes into the equation. RNG and the team RNG comes into the equation right now. And that was one of the things that just happened out here. Fime sneak. Can he just sneak his way to the chicken dinner? They have sneaked their way to 14 points right now. 14 kills for the team. It's a big number when you talk about these scenarios. Adil, he has been spotted just to 1 HP. Does not have any healing for himself. Will be taken down in an incredible way. Venom is doing much more of a damage. But Sneak this time takes down one player for Gaming Hub as well. It's just Knight. He is the solo survivor. Can he just take it for his team right now, or will the team be eliminating on the 3rd position? He also does not have a backpack on his back right now. What's gonna happen as RNG goes for a fight? Fime gets eliminated. I think RNG is gonna be with this win for themselves. But look at this thing, Knight, the solo survivor, 1 versus 2 situations, and it is gonna be the exit for Gaming Hub. I mean, the player just stood up and the player just went down.
Yeah, Knight was in a pretty bad situation. A 1 versus 3. It is pretty hard to clutch those one out. But taking out Fime was a pretty big deal for them. Just because Fime had a lot of points, and I think they ended with over 20 points already in this one. So this was an amazing performance from the side of Fime. But on the other end, we saw Nexus take an early exit.
The first team to get eliminated.
Yeah.
And that was done by Team Fime itself, if I'm not wrong. So that is like how, you know, we were talking about the team getting chicken dinner or something or with good points, but then it all just went down in all the scenarios. But then let's have a look at who was the MVP for this particular game, as RNG had that chicken dinner.
Yeah, and it is gonna be HTeamXRange with 4 kills, 685 damage, and 7 kilometers distance traveled. But once again, the entire team for RNG actually put up an amazing performance in this last game, and that was important. RNG in the previous games, they were sort of putting up middle of the table numbers, but this time around they are actually going to be able to make the push on the overall table.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that is one good thing. I mean, they were doing a nominal performance, but then this chicken dinner, it just shows that the boys played well.
Yeah, it just shows that the boys played really well this time around. But on the other side, the boys that I want to talk about, it's going to be the players from the side of Fime.
Incredible amount of kills that they did. 14 kills before they just went out, if
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. But then all that we'll have to see when the overall standings, you know, for this particular match actually come. But then one player has one impact on his team, but then 5 players can have each and every individual impact for their team. So let's just talk about the top 5 players of this particular game of Erangel. You can see Fime is going to be out there. Yes, it is.
Yeah, 2 players from the side of Fime, 6 kills, 5 kills on both of them. 3 in fact. Sneak is there on the 5th spot with 3 kills, and GH Knight is there as well, 4 kills, 616 damage. And the MVP for the game is going to be on the 3rd spot, 4 kills, 685 damage. So once again, Fime put up an amazing performance in this game, but in those last situations, just that, as you said, quick decision making seems to be the factor that sort of teams have to rely upon. And another thing is going to be the RNG, not the team, but the randomness of the game.
The randomness of the game. The RNG is basically a factor that affects these kind of games. That is the randomness of how, you know, each and every particular formula works in the game. When you just go from your landing spot to your picking up the guns, as the guns are randomly generated, the circles can be kind of random with the initial circle and all those things. So there are kind of some things that just come into the equation. But then let's just have a look at this particular game standings. As we know, there was a team that did incredibly well, but then there is a team that has the chicken in their hands, and RNG with 11 kills is out there on the 1st position.
Once again, RNG, 11 kills, 31 points in total. But Fime, look at this, 15 kills, finished on the 3rd position, but 25 points. And Gaming Hub as well, they finished on the 2nd, 21 points. So top 3 teams, all a lot of points for them. But as we drop down to the 4th, the difference in the total points earned is massive. From 21, we straight away go to 12 points towards the Stars, who was on the 5th, and KPK Gaming on the 5th position, North Esports on the 6th, the Real TG is going to be 7th, and Team Oxy is VFX Oxy is going to be on the 8th.
Yeah, I mean, there was a drastic drop from 21 to 12, but then those 9 points were taken by KPK Gaming, and KPK Gaming had a really good game this time for the first time. HFD on the 9th, on the other hand, FTF Esports on the 10th, Team HR on the 11th, F2D Esports on the 12th, Team TUF on the 13th, 1 NV making an early exit on the 14th, 247 on the 15th, and Nexus team for the first time was out there. So we'll have to see what actually happens.
Yeah, we will have to see what happens with these teams when we add their scores to the overall scoreboard and how they move around. Because Nexus taking an early exit from this game, that is going to be quite unfortunate. But one thing that we are pretty much going to be sure about is going to be that Bablu is still going to be on the first.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even if Nexus had a good game, Bablu was still supposed to be out there on the first. But then let's see which team is out there and which team is out there and not out there on the overalls. As you know it, Team Bablu, uncontested, unfaced, is going to be on 116. And Nexus had 71 points till the previous game.
Yeah.
Right now they have 72. Still at the second, I mean, unfaced out there. But RNG, look at the push that this team just got with its one and only chicken dinner right now. Is on 65 points, is on the third position. Seems really good. And so did Gaming Hub. I mean, they have had a consistency, second position in 2 games. So that consistency kind of shows out there.
And 60 points to Gaming Hub on the 4th position. Team NV dropping down a little bit, 5th position for now. FIME is going to be 6th, and Team VFX Oxy is going to be 7th. LOU Esports dropped down from the 2nd position that they were on before the day started to the 8th for today.
I mean, as of now, this is a drastic drop, but then LOU will try to contest it once again. I mean, this is going to happen out there. So the difference between Nexus and LOU is not that much. I mean, it's 21, but then we'll have to see what happens as the next set is going to be right in front of you. Rogue Nation was out there on the 9, Portal Esports on the 10, 2xOfficials on the 11. The points are dropping not drastically, but still kind of consistently. 47, 47, 45. R3D Esports on the 12th with 40 points. Team TUF on the 13th position with 37, Arkadians on the 14th with 34, North Esports on the 15th one, and RSxTeamx is out there on the 16th after the second day.
Yes, the top 16 teams, but moving on to the next state, we will have the teams that are going to look to solidify their place even further. It's going to be Freestyle on the 17th, the Real TG on the 18th, TeamBTK on the 19th, the Stars on the 20th, Team HR on the 21st, DFUZe on the 22nd, FTF Esports on the 23rd, and 24th position taken by Team H2E.
Yeah, but then the final, the danger area that's going to be out there, you know, HFT on the 25th. I mean, the teams are still, you know, climbing up. You can see the green arrows out there. KPK, impressive gameplay by KPK out there. I mean, was not out in top 5 or something, but still with their kills and all, they just managed to, you know, sneak into that position. FalaQ on 27th, HTeamXRange on 28th, Blacklist 2 on 29th, 247 Gaming on 30th, F2D Esports on 31st, and Team Aqua, a team that has the potential. We'll like to see what happens when this team, you know, comes back in the playground, and that's going to be out there as they are on 32nd right now.
Yeah, definitely that is going to be important. And once again, these are the group stages. From here on out, if you want to play in the semifinals, you don't have to win the group stages. You just have to stay in the top 24.
Yeah.
So eyes on the prize, obviously, but objectives are going to be important as well. And we have seen this in one another region as well, wherein the team barely qualified with just 1 point, but moving on to the semifinals, they put up amazing performance.
Yeah. I mean, those all things have happened. We have seen the overall points, we have seen the MVPs and all, but then there's one more thing that we just crunch our numbers. That is going to be the kill leaders. You see, there are players who put an impact, but then there are individuals who just go for it. And Bablu Picasso still standing out there with 19 for him, for his team. Bablu goes out there on the 13th, and we have Shaw on the 13th as well. I mean, this guy is slowly and steadily picking up the pace, and he is picking up an incredible pace. And Fine Flicker making his way on the 12th, and Bablu Tyrant on the 11th with 1992 damage for himself.
Yeah, and the kill leaders being shifted around just by the new players coming in. But moving on towards the next 5, it's going to be Wolf on the 6th position, 11 kills, and Bablu Danny is going to be the 7th, 10 kills to the guy. Gaming Hubs KMD is going to be 8, 9 kills. Nexus Hunk is going to come in on the 9th spot, 8 kills for the man, and Portal Esports Wolverine is going to be on the 10th position, 8 kills as well.
Yeah, he's still going to be out there. PES has had a good run. I mean, they have dropped a few points today, obviously because they were not playing today, and they'll try and contest this position tomorrow, starting because maybe they'll be playing or not. We'll just know it.
Yeah.
You'll know it. I mean, it's all surprises, but today's games were fairly different from yesterday's games, because yesterday there was a pure domination. Today it was a learning curve to all the variants. I mean, there were teams that were really good. FIAM did really good. Envy did really good. Gaming Hub did a consistent job out there. RNG by winning the final game. They just KPK had an impressive learning curve. So today's games were actually really amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, today's game were amazing, but one thing that we all have to remember is that we still are at the starting stages of this group stages. And once again, if you guys liked our casting, you can follow us on our social medias: Varun Super Johnny John at iSuperJohnny and Ocean Sharma at Ocean Sharma.
I mean, yeah, and that is real name, to be honest. So yeah, like people actually Google me and they say Ocean Sharma real name. And it shows Ocean Sharma, and they're like, no, Ocean Sharma PUBG real name. It still shows Ocean Sharma, and they're like,
but
okay.
if you use my phone to Google it, it shows something else.
Yeah, on his phone it shows maths teacher. I don't know. Yeah, there is that thing.
But
so, yeah, this was a funny little detail.
Yeah, this has been an amazing day. You guys have been an amazing audience. We'll be back with more action-packed PUBG Mobile. Take care. Good night.